Hello, and welcome to Sandite TV. I'm Asa Lucas alongside Chris Kaiser. Chris, it is a pleasure to be with you this evening.
What a way to start the season, right? Highway 97 Rivalry. It is a pleasure to be with you as well, Asa, and I'm looking forward to a great year, a great season, and excited for the Sandite Nation.
Chris, we can already see that the visiting team here at Sandites, stands are starting to fill up, and we got a couple colorful signs out there talking about this old rivalry, a record of 45, 45, and 5, and the 100th anniversary of Highway 97.
Big time. One of the longest running rivalries in the state of Oklahoma high school football, and exciting night for both the cities of Sapulpa and Sand Springs, and ready to see some football.
So we do have a quick pregame show. We apologize for some technical difficulties that we had, but we have things figured out now. So we're going to dive more into this context. So Sandites went 8-4 last year in Class 6A2. While Sapulpa went 6-5 in 5A. So Chris, when you see two divisions of high school football, do you think that's going to make a difference in a rivalry game like this?
Not with these two teams. I think there's going to be a lot of emotions. Like I said, it's a rivalry game, and although, like you said, two different levels of class levels, you're going to see some hard-knock football tonight.
So unfortunately for Sand Springs, they don't have any Penningtons playing tonight when we did have a bit of an interesting quarterback situation. What can you tell us about that?
Well, you're going to see probably a two-headed monster tonight with this Sand Springs bunch. Both quarterbacks have played pretty well in the preseason, and I think you're going to see a couple different styles with these kids, but excited to watch how that plays itself out as well. You got a kid that moved in here, Merrick Matheson from Kiefer, Oklahoma. He's been a tested veteran player, and then your freshman Easton Webb is really done great things all the way through his budding career already.
So when you look at Matheson's stats from last year, he had 179 rushing attempts, over 500 rushing yards. He had 11 rushing touchdowns in 2021. And then career-wise, almost has eclipsed the 4,000 passing yard mark, 43 touchdowns in his career with 13 interceptions. However, that was at the 2A level. And we talk about rivalry games, and for teams that doesn't matter necessarily 6A, 5A, 4A. But when you're playing at a quarterback position and you're stepping up here, what kind of adjustment do you think fans can expect?
A guy that, I played college football, I think you're going to hear every level that you go up, the speed's going to change. It gets faster. The game gets faster. Your reads get faster. Everything that comes at you is just at a different pace. So that's probably the adjustment that he's going to have to make and see that happen. But I think he'll hopefully fall into a rhythm and find his feet and do well.
So what do you think Sand Springs needs to do tonight to start off the season with a win?
Well, I think we could talk to Coach Klink this week and just stay within themselves. Don't get too caught up in the emotions here, the playing in an away game and a hostile environment. Just find yourselves and who you're going to become, develop an identity as a team, and then let things take care of themselves. So, stay steadfast here. Just stay focused on who you are and what you want to accomplish, and I think the rest falls into place.
Coach Klink is a defensive-minded coach. You can start to gather that as you talk to him. He even has that kind of defensive coordinator energy, kind of aggressive, full of life and confidence. And for me, when I'm speaking of defense, I looked at Drake Fain.
Yes.
116 tackles in his career. He's going to be one of those leaders tonight on the Sand Springs defense against a Sapulpa team who has a lot of move-ins, which is going to make this very interesting.
Yeah. I talk about Fain. You'll probably hear me use the word program kid a bunch. And, Fain's a kid that grew up here. His brothers played here. I mean, he's a family guy that they're from Sand Springs. So, but he's a heartbeat of especially the defense. Just a great hard-nosed player, a kid that shows up where he's supposed to be. He's assignment sound. And I heard Coach Klink on a media interview this week. When he gets his hands on you, you're going down. So he's a tough kid, and he kind of is the epitome of who this Sand Springs team is.
I'll tell you, if you want to flip things around and look from the Sapulpa side, if we did have a Sapulpa fan sneak into this broadcast tonight, I don't know, maybe it can happen, technical difficulties. But you got to worry about junior running back Marco Smith. He compiled 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns last season. He is going to get a lot of looks tonight. I do know that the Sapulpa offense is going to lean on him heavily. So what will Coach Klink dial up? I'll be very curious
Well, I think that Marco is going to get. I mean, he's a guy they've leaned on in the past, and he's going to come. You're going to see a lot of the run game tonight. I promise you. So, but they've got some. They've got a move-in receiver. They've got some kids that they've brought along pretty well that look good on the edges. So, anyway, like you said, Klink's a defensive-minded guy, and I'm sure he's game planned for that.
We do have some great quotes from Marco Smith. When talking about this rivalry game, he said, "It's crazy. I've never seen two communities go back and forth at each other like that. I've never seen that many people watch a football game." So I'm sure you'll be able to hear from our audio tonight. You're going to hear both bands going. Hopefully you won't hear any profanities, but this is a high school rivalry game in Oklahoma where anything can happen. And even last year, Sapulpa, a 5A school, was able to take a 14-0 lead, jumped on Sand Springs, and almost had a major upset last season.
Absolutely, and Sand Springs clawed and fought and got their way back into the game, and then took it over, and it was a boat race at the end. But we know that the emotions will run high. These kids know each other. They grew up together. They played on Little League and elementary teams. It's only like a 10-mile stretch, Highway 97 from Sapulpa to Sand Springs, and these guys know each other. And you can bet for sure that it's going to be a very hard-hitting, emotional game.
All right, and when we come back, it'll be kickoff here on Sandite TV.
So I think Sand Springs won the toss. Did they win the toss? I think they won the toss and elected to receive, I think. I was trying to watch while we were.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Another 30 seconds.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Can we talk right now?
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
And welcome back to Sandite TV. We do want to mention that this is the Cox game of the week, so periodically there will be TV timeouts on the field. So we will be taking timeouts along those, or a commercial break along with those.
Yeah, I think it's healthy to let the viewers know, hey, it's not just us that are taking so long. It's there's another broadcast team out here that's calling the timeouts as well. So. Anyway, that's exciting as well. It's good to be on statewide TV and get the exposure that way.
So Sapulpa will be kicking off and Sand Springs will be receiving. So we're going to get to see how Matheson does. He's coming out now playing in a 5A environment on a 6A team. So, Chris, we're going to see if there's any nerves there or if he's going to come out calm, cool, and collected.
Correct. And your hope as a Sandite fan is, hey, you just establish your routine right here, get in a nice groove, and just find your pace of the game and take care of business.
So here we go. Start to hear the fans get fired up as Jabe Shehuber is back to receive, the deep man. And Sapulpa kicks off. That kick's going to go right near the 15-yard line. Caught, running around there near the 20-yard line.
Rutledge.
Gets past. Nice return there up to the 40-yard line, about a 25-yard kickoff return.
Brody Rutledge came up from the back line and did a great job recognizing it was a short kick and then made the best of it right there. Nice return, a good way to start the drive off.
So, Merrick Matheson, this is now your time to lead your team and to show them that you've earned this quarterback position against Easton Webb.
I think you're going to see a lot of tight ends in the game.
Kenneth Page in the backfield. Starting out in the shotgun formation. First snap, handoff to Page, met by a swarm of Sapulpa defenders. That's going to be a loss about 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, the Sapulpa defense just did a great job right there, working their way through that offensive line of Sand Springs. Keep an eye on these guys up front.
I do know we'll be keeping an eye on your one of your star linemen, in your opinion, number 69, Riley Kester.
Yeah, big guy, big freshman. Here comes Page.
Page trying to get to the outside, but met once again by some Sapulpa defenders. Maybe a gain of about 1, so it'll be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to break it there, but got wrapped up there right at the line of scrimmage. So passing down here, 3rd and 11.
So if you were going to dial up something here, Chris, maybe a slant? What are you thinking?
I'm going to throw an out. I'm going to throw about an 11, 12-yard out. I'm going to try to get to the sticks, know where the sticks are right here.
Right, 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Matheson, now is your time. Takes a snap,
Uh-oh,
fumbles it, bops it. Sapulpa jumping on it. They're signaling that they got it.
Looks like Sapulpa got it.
And the referees did confirm it. Sapulpa getting a turnover quickly. And it seems like they're coming out swinging, and Sand Springs does not have a response on the offensive line.
Number 52, I don't know his name. Fumble recovery, first turnover of the game. Let's see what Sand Springs defense does here.
Isaac Shelton there hopping on the fumble. And you got to think Coach Klink is frustrated right now. So Sapulpa offense now coming out. They're going to be starting on the 37-yard line. They have 2 receivers to the right. Little fake to handoff. The throw, a wide open receiver. Sand Springs looks like they were caught sleeping, and that's going to be a Sapulpa touchdown.
So they throw a wheel route right there. He was uncovered, basically, and nice play action there. Just a little wheel route out of the backfield. So
we might be getting a repeat of last year. It looks like Sapulpa taking.
Marco Smith, the kid we were talking about early in the broadcast, makes Sand Springs pay right there.
You know, normally, what have you seen, Chris, to have defenses caught off guard like that?
Yeah, it's just looks like a miss. They misread it, and they're going to have to adjust to that and just follow that backfield out of the backfield.
Sapulpa now up 6-0. They're out to kick the PAT. Trent Whitaker kicks it. Bounces off the upright, but is good. Sapulpa now leads 7-0 here with 10:37 left to go in the first quarter. Thankfully, you're not seeing any heads down right now, but I promise you there's some frustration. I doubt colorful words. But if you're in a coaching position, Chris, I mean, what have you done with your time at Tulsa to come back from an early deficit?
Well, you just spotted them 7 points. You're just going to, just stay within yourself. Don't get too rattled here. It's unfortunate. I didn't see if it was a snap or, I didn't see how we got the ball on the ground, how the ball got to the ground. So I don't know if it was a missed snap or what, but anyway.
Frustrating. I'm a little flabbergasted myself being up here with you. I wouldn't necessarily expect Sand Springs to go and score on the first drive, but a fumble on a 3rd and 11.
Yeah. I think Bobby's over there telling his guys, "Hey, heads up, here we go. Let's it's preseason. The first game jitters sometimes. It's kind of normal. We watched that game last night, that Bixby-Owasso game, 9 turnovers, 5 fumbles, and just compose yourself here, gather back up, and do what you're gonna do."
You know, if being in this position, I think you got to give Matheson a chance to throw a couple passes here and start to get comfortable. I think a lot of confidence is gone, and he wasn't the one that fumbled the snap there. It looked like there was something with the center. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked kind of like Tyler Tank Smith there had a problem with the snap.
Yeah, and that's what I didn't watch. I didn't see. I was trying to get my chart set up here, and before I knew it, the ball was on the ground and everybody's scrambling. So let's hope they get that worked out for sure.
So we got a kickoff once again. Sapulpa kicking off to Brody Rutledge. Getting near the end zone. He had a nice 25, about a 25-yard return. Starting on the 50, getting close to the 40 last time, showing off some speed. Kick is up. Schlehuber will be able to grab it. He's running now near the 20, near the Sapulpa, breaking a couple tackles, staying upright. Broke about 3 tackles, but he's tackled right near the 24-yard line, and a helmet came off. So Sand Springs will start at the 24-yard line.
Well, let's regroup here. Let's see what we got, and I think you'll just stay and drive here. Now you're working for first downs, and get back on your feet. Don't get rattled.
Page having a negative rushing average to start the season. He's shown a lot of running back capability. This is his first year as the starter. Last year he had 43 rushing attempts, 276 yards with 1 touchdown, averaging about 6.4 yards. So has the capability to make you pay if he can get out into the backfield.
So they're going to spread here. Going to spread it out, no tight ends. Got an H-back in the backfield with Matheson.
You know, normally with what you're seeing with a spread, this does help a lot of passing. What would you be dialing up for Matheson?
Well, I think what they'll use number 7 here. They're going to use him a little bit for a blocking back.
Matheson takes a snap near the 20-yard line, throws. That one's low and incomplete. Forward pass, if that was a little bit more behind, that would have been some serious trouble.
Yeah, I actually think it got deflected. I think there was a guy coming up the middle so quick that the ball got tipped.
So now 2nd and 10 here for the Sandites. Getting the call. And Page getting ready to line up. So is Matheson now jogging back to the 20-yard line. Sticking with a shotgun snap.
So you got Drake Fain, it looks like, in the backfield here. Yep. So they're going to motion to the left. Going to power up on the left side. And here goes
Handed
Page.
off to Page. Breaking past the 25-yard line. Getting about 3 yards.
So
Now
that's a look we might see some. Is there, they're going to just basically formation to what they want with the power back and see if they can block.
now 3rd and 7. Matheson once again looking, getting ready, gets set, claps, gets the ball, looking for a receiver, finds somebody right over the middle.
There's Blevins. So there's your possession receiver. We haven't talked a lot about either one of these receivers. You got Rutledge and Blevins, and 2 kids that are phenomenal, finding the sticks, getting the first downs, making great catches. So there we go. There's Sand Springs' first down of the night.
Jacob Blevins was a major part of Sand Springs' come from behind win last year. Over 10 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. So now ball is on the 47-yard line, and 1st and 10 as Page is met right in the backfield. Seems that left side of the line is struggling up against the Sapulpa defense.
Yep. I saw number 55, Marcus Sims there. Really looks like he probably got beat inside, was just trying to ride his guy past the play, and it didn't happen. And so it got stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Now is 2nd and 10. 8:58 clock is rolling. Matheson's going to roll out to his right, throws, and is caught by Brody Rutledge, one of our team captains.
That'll be close to a first down. I'm not sure they'll give it to him or not. Let's see where they mark it. Oh, it looks like they're going to get a first down here.
So it was about a 10-yard throw from Matheson. Has his second completion of the day. 2 for 3.
Another first down.
So Sand Springs
So
starting to find some momentum.
This is what you want to do right here. Yep. Just, hey, sustain the drive, get your feet underneath you, find out what you can do against this defense.
Ball on the 43-yard line. Matheson getting set.
Blitz is coming.
Ball is snapped. Page taking it, trying to find a hole up the middle. Got about 3 yards on that carry. That should make it 2nd and 7.
Not a bad call right there. I bet they try that a couple more times. They're just looking to see what they can get here up in the heart of the defense. So,
but the Sapulpa defensive line is definitely meeting the challenge here. I think this younger kind of Sand Springs offense, they're certainly getting a taste of what 6A football is all about.
Yep.
Ball on the 40-yard line now. 2nd and 7. Clock is now at 7:53. Sapulpa still up 7-0. Snaps, hands it off to Page, runs up the middle, trying to get past the linebackers. Tackled, brought to the ground at the 36-yard line.
Another good run up the middle, about 4 yards, maybe 3.5, but gives you a real manageable, what is that, 3rd and 2? 3rd and 3, I guess.
So Sand Springs subbing out a couple of players, trying to give them a breather. And a 3rd and 3 with the way that the game has been going. Chris, what are you thinking of dialing up here of calling?
Man, I think you're going to, I think we're going to try to just power this up right here. Bring Faines back in. Here it comes on
Hands
his
off.
side.
Page gets enough space. Tackled down to the 27-yard line.
I like what I saw right there. They are pumping away at the middle of this defense right now. I think they've found some things out. So
9-yard rush there from Kenneth Page.
Another first down.
Quick snap, running a little bit of a hurry-up tempo. Page starting to find a bit of a groove. There he is tackled at the 23. Oh, and some
little Riley is getting in some guys' grill right there.
He's not backing down. Even the freshman, 6'4", 270. You wouldn't think he's one. From Cleveland, Oklahoma. Already in talks with a couple D1 schools.
Yep. Great kid. I've loved watching him progress. He's going to be a special player here.
2nd and 6. 6:22 left to go. Handoff. Play almost disrupted.
Get back to the line of scrimmage there. A speed sweep to the left. So
I guess trying to catch the defense off guard.
Correct. Just trying to see what we can get on the edge. Hadn't really pressed the edge too much. So they let Jabe. How do you say his name? You had it right.
Schlehuber.
Yeah, Schlehuber. And tried to see what they could get with him. So I'm going to get better at this for those of you who are watching and listening.
Matheson ready to go here. 3rd and 6. Another sweep. That's going to break through and almost a Sandite touchdown. Jake Schlehuber brought down by the cleats.
So what he did right there, if you saw, the thing he did different on that play is he just stuck a cleat in the ground, man, just stopped and cut back. And everybody was over pursuing, and he goes back against the grain and picks up another first down.
Ball on the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Chains are moving. Sand Springs can smell the goal line now as they're in the red zone.
So you got Dominic here.
Hands off to Page.
End.
Runs up, shedding a few tackles, getting down to what looks like the 2-yard line. Correction, 4-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Sand Springs. Kenneth Page finding himself.
So there we have another big body that comes in, Dom Ornelis. Man, I love the looks that I'm seeing, you guys. I mean, this is pretty awesome.
Sand Springs is just pounding it right up the middle, finding different ways, playing a little bit of bully ball here. So first and goal, hands off to Page, and he's tackled, but he is trying to move that pile of defenders. He's not going to get any yardage on that one, so it'll be 2nd and goal, ball still on the 3. So now it looks like it's going to be a battle of wills. Can the Sand Springs offense punch it into the end zone and answer back on the goal line?
lot of big bodies out there. You have Fane and Dom on the left side. Oh, they're motioning to the right.
So here we go. Matheson snaps, gets it, hands it off to Page.
Hey, he's close.
Oh, he is a hair shy of a touchdown. So now it's going to be 3rd and goal. Ball on the half mark.
Yeah.
So they hand it off to Page 3 times in a row now. Playing like a senior.
Big bodies still in. I like this jumbo set, whatever you want to call it.
Maybe a little throw to the left or right tackle, catch him off guard. Hands off to Page,
Touchdown.
and that's going to be a Sand Springs touchdown. First one of the day from Kenneth Page.
I said he's got to get his feet under him and figure out his routine here, get his rhythm, and there you saw it right there. That's a huge drive. 14 plays. Started on our own 25-yard line, man. Just took up some clock, too. We got 3:51 left here in the first quarter.
Jonathan Daniels kicking the extra point here tonight. Snap is up. Kick is good. Right through the upright. So Sand Springs ties things up here in Sapulpa. Score now 7-7 with 3:51 left to go. We'll be right back when the kickoff is ready. Well, looks like we had a bit of a technical problem, so we won't be able to go through the commercial right now, Chris, but very impressive drive. Sand Springs stayed true to themselves and did not put Matheson in a tough position, really. He made a couple crucial throws, but other than that, it was all Kenneth Page that drive.
Yeah, you saw balance there. You saw these guys, of course, you come back after a fumble, a turnover for one play drive that Sapulpa has, and then you get back out on the field, take it at your own 25-yard line, and you put a 14-play drive together that goes the length of the field. You threw the ball, you threw it 2 or 3 times here for the first down, and you had 2 passes for first downs, a 10 and a 17-yarder. And then establish the run. I love the power sets that we're coming up with and figuring out how to soften things up in the middle. Just wonderful.
Okay, and we'll be right back.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now. After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
How's it going?
And welcome back. Kind of like the first day of school, we have some jitters. We're very excited to be here, and I think that the technology can feel that. It translates.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to figure it out here, so give us some grace. That's all we're asking.
Jonathan Daniels will be kicking off from the 40-yard line. Ball's got a little bit of air underneath as it goes right to the 15. Fumbled.
Oh, no.
Returned back to the 30-yard line. What could have been a great momentum swing for Sand Springs turned into a nice return there for Sapulpa. We'll start off at the 30.
So Sapulpa takes over, had a one-play drive. We've only seen them, do one thing tonight. So hopefully we'll force them off the field here.
Yeah, we haven't seen much from this Sand Springs defense. I almost want to call that touchdown a fluke play. It just seems like there wasn't a lot of concentration. This defense is a lot better than that.
Give them credit. Give them Sapulpa credit. Nice call. Nice wheel route. Wheel routes are effective a lot of times.
Colton Howard, once again back. He's one for one with a touchdown. Hands it off to Marco Smith, correction. And he was not able to get anything. The Sand Springs defense was there, ready to answer.
Yeah, Keegan Gilman, man, made a great play right there. Kid just stepped up right there, found the gap, and made the play. Loss of 1.
So it'll be 2nd 11 now. Clock ticking down. 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go. Adjustments are being made. Gatlin gun, number 15, looking back to his coaches, getting the proper signals. 2nd 11. Howard looking for his receiver, catches it right near the 37-yard line.
3 yards short.
So it's a 3rd and 3, an 8-yard pass there from Colton Howard to Terry Gaddis. Colton Howard must have liked his play from the receiver, clapping at him, applauding him. So 3rd and 3 here, clock almost down to 3 minutes. They've paused it. Referee making a signal. If we're hearing that correctly, is that a holding or a roughing the passer call? Were you able to see that, Chris?
I didn't see it.
That's going to be on number 1, the captain, Dominic Ornelas. I believe it was a holding call. So that's going to be a first down for Sapulpa. They'll start on the 40-yard line. Referees they're discussing the call and ball placement. I was going to say if it was a holding penalty, it needs to be at least 10 yards. So ball will be on the 45-yard line. Sapulpa 45. Sand Springs defense getting set up to go. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Clock going. Howard standing back in the pocket. He's going to be grabbed. Charles Gaylor. Oh, he escapes it. Howard sprinting near the 45-yard line.
And we got a flag, a late hit.
And this is what you can expect in rivalry games. Things already looking chippy. Sand Springs not happy with that penalty.
Backside corner, Carter Hoffman waited a step too late to make contact and got a 15-yard penalty.
So the first down marker was the Sand Springs 45. They're going to move 15 yards. So they'll go to the Sand Springs 30. Colton Howard showing off a little bit of speed there, able to elude a Charles Gaylord sack. Gaylord, the nose guard, has had 42 tackles last season and 1 sack, would have tied his season record. So they're going to start off at the 28-yard line, the Sand Springs 28. Clock still going down. Howard gets the snap, hands off to Smith, trying to cut back, finds a hole on the left side, and gets to the 25-yard line for a gain of 3. You know that's got to be frustrating for Coach Klink. As we were talking with him this past week, he was preaching about emotional stability, and something he'd been really focusing on with his program.
Yeah. You've had 2 penalties this drive that have given Sapulpa first downs. Definitely going to want to eliminate that. Other than that, the front 4 guys are playing pretty well here. I like what I'm seeing defensively. We just need to eliminate the penalties.
Howard takes it back in the shotgun. No Sand Springs defenders. He's going to keep scrambling. It slides down to the 11. And that was a late hit. Gatlin gun. I mean, if that was close as the quarterback was sliding, he was getting ready to shoulder tackle.
No flag on the play. What's happening is the quarterback's just waiting late and scrambling and getting past the first perimeter of defense, and there's nobody there. Everybody else is back in coverage. It's tough to contain a scrambling quarterback like that.
Howard with a 14-yard run. Ball now on the 11.
3 first downs in a row for Sapulpa.
Howard showing a lot of poise here, not letting his offensive line break down,
Big
get
Dom.
to him. And there's going to be a Sand Springs tackle for a loss.
Dom's been playing pretty well tonight. He just hadn't shown up and made the big plays. That's a big stop right there.
Dominic Ornelas, the captain, 40 tackles last season, 1 fumble, and 3 sacks. So they're not going to call it a loss. It'll be no gain, 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 11-yard line.
It's time to buckle down for Sand Springs here. Hold them to a field goal if possible.
Field goal's almost as good as a turnover in 6A2 football sometimes.
Take it.
Howard back in the pocket, looks,
it
breaks down, and that's going to be a sack.
Big number 50, Hunter Lawrence. Man, what a stud right there. Big-time play. Maybe he's figuring out this scrambling thing.
Sacked him back at the 15-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 4. Now 3rd and 14 with less than a minute to go.
Great job, Hunter. Those guys up front, those two inside guys don't get a lot of love. They're usually double teamed all night long. That's a great play.
Seems almost like Sand Springs has been due for a couple sacks here, but Howard just being elusive, showing off a lot of speed and agility. So 3rd and 14.
Looks like they're bringing it.
Almost got an offsides call.
Yep.
Referees.
Timeout. Good job, Sand Springs. So they force a timeout, Sapulpa timeout. And great job. They're showing pressure. They're bringing it. So Sapulpa didn't like what they saw coming, so they called a timeout.
So we have 13 seconds left to go on a 3rd and 14. Sand Springs finding themselves. Stands are full. What are you calling here, Chris?
Well, I'm going to bring pressure. And then, I think what we're maybe coaching them through here up front is, hey, if you get through this line, stay home. Contain the quarterback. That's the hardest job usually, in football is just to contain the quarterback. Just don't let him get inside, outside of you, and hold him, right there.
How much longer do you think till they're going to assign a linebacker to kind of spy and watch over Howard?
Well, what you've been seeing is our guys are flowing back into coverage. Everything looks great. I mean, we're getting through the line. Like I said, Big Dom's getting some pressure up front. And then this guy's just escaping out the edge. He's just kind of getting outside containment, and then all of a sudden it's a 10 or 15 yards before anybody can come up and to the next, to make the stop. So hopefully we'll figure that out. And I like what I'm seeing. Like I said, I'm watching these front 3-4 guys on defense, and they're doing a great job of containment or actually gap assignment. So I like it.
This 3rd and 14, even though we're up here in the booth, you can kind of feel the intensity of this play, the necessity for Sand Springs. Howard takes the snap. He's back. The blitz escapes it.
Sack.
He's got a green open field, shakes off a defender, getting close to the end, so they're going to call it a touchdown.
Dominic had the sack and missed the tackle. That would have been sweet.
But it looks to be an injury there down on the field, number 75, Tyler Anderson. He's not looking to get up. It seems like Colton Howard's going to be a big problem for Sand Springs tonight. Sapulpa up 13-7 with 5 seconds left to go.
I think that's actually their center, Connor
McCall. You're right.
McCall. He's not looking good coming off the field, so he's limping pretty good.
Sapulpa getting set here for the PAT. And talk about a frustrating play.
Man, Sand Springs has the sack right there. Colton Howard escapes, does a great job.
Kunu Fields back to kick the PAT, and that one will be up and good. Sapulpa now up 14-7. I mean, it's hard to it's a hard thing to tackle an elusive quarterback. From your time at Tulsa, did you ever have a quarterback that you just saw they had a lot of speed and agility?
Well, I think if you look at the history of college football in its entirety, a guy that can scramble and keep either the play alive or hurt you like that with his feet, it's headaches for every defensive coordinator in the country. Is trying to keep a mobile quarterback because basically he's uncovered. That guy doesn't. You don't have somebody assigned to the quarterback's usually an uncovered guy, and once he gets free, it's hard to contain, hard to stop. So
as an offensive lineman, if you mess up your assignment, at least your quarterback can get a first down.
Absolutely.
And maybe you won't be running as many gassers or sprints.
Exactly. During my time at Tulsa, we were more of a drop-back team, so our guys didn't really try to hurt anybody with their feet. We were just pass blocking for a long, long time.
We won't talk about those chop block.
No,
we
won't. We don't need to get into that.
We want to keep the broadcast PG as much as possible.
Yeah,
Trent Whitaker kicking off here for Sapulpa. Rutledge back. So is Jabe Schlehuber. Kick is up, going towards Schlehuber. He gets it. Oh, bobbles it right near the 14-yard line. Sprints past. He's got a couple defenders there. Nice little convoy. He's going to be pushed out of bounds near the 45-yard line, and that's going to end the first quarter as the clock runs out. Sapulpa is up 14-7. Any closing remarks before we go to break?
Great return right there. Good place to start. That's about, I mean, that's about as good as you can have right there. We have a flag on the play.
Oh, things might not be going Sand Springs' way here with another flag.
I just now saw that.
Wonder if we're going to see a possible block in the back or a holding. Referees coming out.
Holding.
And that's going to be a penalty on
Sand Springs. So we're going to get the ball at our own 10.
It's going to be quite the way to start the second quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. It'll be the second quarter, Sand Springs football.
Jason, let's go see your room.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
And welcome back to Sandite TV. First and 10, ball on the 11-yard line for the Sandites as they find themselves down one score again.
Just need to, like we just did this last drive, just maintain this momentum, keep the sticks moving here.
That's hand. Oh no, fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right, kind of a bit of a low throw, but caught by Blaine Phillips. Gets to about the 20-yard line. Nice 9-yard throw from Matheson. Bit low, but very catchable.
A little bit of a just a bootleg, kind of a rollout. He did a great job. Matheson did a great job there, keeping things alive, and found found a great receiver there. So
ball on the 18. Claps trying to see if any defenders are going to get a bit aggressive, jump off sides. That's not going to work. So 2nd and 3. Clock ticking, and you're right. Sand Springs, it's only one score. There is no need to panic, no need to get scared. You had a great game plan with Page as they hand off to him, trying to get to the outside, but he's going to be tackled for a loss back near the 15-yard line.
Had some penetration, Sapulpa penetration up the middle there, caused Page to bounce a little bit. So going to have to take care of that up front.
Now is 3rd and 5, ball on the 16-yard line. Matheson getting the call. Looking over. I mean, it's possible to rely on Page here to get that first down, but I feel like we're going to see a pass. Page back in the shotgun. Throws, has a wide open man.
Great job.
Kyle Morrill there to catch the ball and extend the chains, keep things moving, and get a much-needed Sand Springs first down.
Didn't look too comfortable. The throw and the catch right there didn't look just very, very pretty, but it got the job done. So we've got a first down. Good job.
So ball on the 30. 14-yard throw from Matheson. And he's slowly starting to settle in here. Claps gets the ball, hands off to Page. Page running to the right. Gets past the line of scrimmage, but met immediately by a couple Sapulpa defenders. So no gain there. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 31.
May have got 1 yard, but man, just everything bottled up there. They ran a power to the sideline there, and just didn't work.
Sand Springs showing a lot of faith here in Kenneth Page. you know, as expected. I mean, he's your starting running back, and he's showing a lot of confidence here. But Sapulpa doing a good job of containing a lot of the outside runs. It's really been up the inside where Page has been able to gash. Fakes a handoff to the wide receiver. Matheson keeps it himself, scrambles up.
That was Easton Webb. Easton Webb came in, did a little quarterback keeper.
As you were saying, you know, kind of a double-headed drag, and we're going to be seeing a lot of in and out here from Matheson and Webb.
Yep. I saw the empty backfield, and I was trying to see, you know, where'd they put everybody, and I didn't notice that Easton Webb came in. So they caught me off guard.
Should have noticed the quarterback's pads were a little bit tighter. But Matheson throws it, caught.
Nice.
Schlehuber gets the first down, pushed out of bounds near the 46-yard line, and another first down for Sand Springs.
Yep. Great catch. Made a guy miss here on the edge. Did a great job getting the first down, and he signaled first down to the Sapulpa sideline here. Let everybody know, hey, here we go.
Some excitement as Sand Springs doing a great job answering back every time. Anytime Sapulpa gets a stop on the defense, Sand Springs next play immediately has an answer. Is getting back in that groove that we saw in the first quarter.
2 first down, really nice first down plays. I like the rhythm.
Matheson's getting set. Gets the ball, drops back to the 37-yard line, throws it deep fade, but outside and out of bounds. That one was going to Brody Rutledge, but was nowhere near him.
Yeah, they had a really soft coverage there, just almost like just waiting for him back here. So
pass was incomplete, stops the clock at 8:09. Sapulpa up 14-7. Ball here on the 46. 2 receivers there on the right. Page in the backfield to the right of Matheson. Going to hand off to the left sideline. Page kind of held back and then accelerated. He got to the 50, so that's going to be a 4-yard gain to make it a 3rd and 6.
Great job by a couple of those guys up front. Mason Harris and Tyler Smith, man, did a great job just opening a hole.
Just think, though, they probably would have scored at this point if it wasn't for those penalties.
Maybe. So, doing good here, though. I like the rhythm, like I said.
They're doing a great job of chewing up the clock, making sure Sapulpa not having a lot of time to play. And they're going to get an offsides.
How about that? I didn't see it, but this down the ref down here on our sideline called it. Coach Holt is not very happy.
He's able to draw a defender.
Going to be third down and 1 yard to go.
I think we all know what's going to happen here. I think you got to hand it off to Kenneth Page.
Yep.
Sean has a great ability to be a power runner.
Hey, they got another one.
Almost.
I can't believe it. That one looked worse than the first one.
So Matheson's getting a different call here.
Play clock's running down.
Stone shotgun. Hands it back to Page. Page running up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage. How are the referees going to rule it?
I think that's first down.
They're going to give him the first down. Ball got to the 44-yard line.
Yep. And his forward momentum was easily, just where they're spotting at about 2 yards. Now, they knocked him back, but it's marked where, the furthest point of his momentum. So
I'm glad we have that rule in football. It's where the forward momentum goes. So 44-yard line, another first down here.
First down.
And Sand Springs not having a lot of flashy plays here. Sticking to the run game mostly, and it's been paying off. Snap handed off to Page. Got about 2 yards. Ball's going to be on the 42-yard line. But Sapulpa staying on top of it, not wanting Page to get outside of the box.
So that's the 8th play of this drive. Had 3 first downs. Just calmly driving the length of the field here.
Clock still going down. 6:14 left to go in the second quarter.
Second and 9.
Matheson looking. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Blaine Phillips. That's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Another long third down here for Sand Springs. Correction, 3rd and 10, ball on the 43-yard line.
Yep.
I mean, do you think this is a time to start risking with Matheson, see if he can throw anything deep?
I'm calling Jacob Blevins, number 5.
All right, we'll have dinner on this bet right here. The throw, Matheson rolling out to the right.
Brody Rutledge.
Caught by Brody Rutledge. Ball at the 28.
Can I change my answer?
Thank you very much for dinner, Chris. I appreciate it.
So I'll buy. That was a nice out. Rutledge, man, great job.
Looked like a D1 catch. Made sure he got his
knew
toes
where the
in
sticks
bounds.
were, knew right where the first down marker was. Did a great job running the route. That's what these two kids do. Man, they are just great disciplined receivers. Run great routes, find the sticks, and then catch the ball.
Matheson gets it again, hands it off to Page, running up the middle. Maybe about a yard or two. Sapulpa once again trying to stop the inside run. I mean, Rutledge had a great season last year, now senior. 42 receptions, 696 yards, 6 touchdowns, average almost 17 yards a catch. And that size, 6'4" size helps a lot.
Disciplined player, does everything you want him to do. I love how both him and Blevins block. They're just, man, they're great utility guys.
Showing why he's earned that captain spot here his senior year. Matheson takes it back, rolls out to his left, throws it up, has a wide open man, Brody Rutledge again.
To Rutledge. Looks like they're giving him first down.
It'll be at the 12-yard, or correction.
Said, yes, move the sticks.
17-yard line. So clock is ticking. We're getting near the 4.5 mark in the second quarter. And if it wasn't for these penalties, Sand Springs might possibly have a lead. But we don't have a crystal ball, so we can't be looking at it.
So that's the 5th first down of this drive. Okay. Looking great. I like the balance of the pass and run game, and just keep it up.
So ball on the 17, 4:14 left here on the clock, 1st and 10.
Got 2 power blockers up front here.
Whole new set of downs. Hands it off to Page, running in between his tackle and guard. Gets a nice pickup, ball down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be about a 7-yard run. So 2nd and 3 here for the Sandites.
This will be the 14th play of the drive. These guys are just grinding on them.
You know, I was about to ask you a question, but kind of getting a hurry-up offense-type tempo back at the line once again. I'll have to keep that in my pocket. Hands it to Page, running now near the right. Tackle by a defender. Should be a first down.
It will be. So what I think, they're seeing what they're getting. They're seeing what they can get here, and that's why they're kind of hurrying up here. They're keeping both Dom and Fane in, so these guys are leading the way. 2 defensive starters are out here lead blocking.
I mean, how much fatigue for a defender does a 15-play drive do?
It's tough. It's going to be tough. But you're munching. Let's see, they call a timeout here. That's that was Sand Springs, right?
I believe so. So Sand Springs will use their first timeout. No, correction, sorry. Sapulpa using their second timeout of the game. Sand Springs still has 3 in their pocket.
Well, I like for us, I like that we get a chance to catch our breath here. So, like you were saying, a couple of these defensive guys, two-way players are out here grinding on offense. So I like the pace of the game right now. I like what we're doing offensively. So let's just keep it up.
So 3:20 left to go at the timeout. We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, it'll be 1st and goal for Sand Springs, and they're looking to tie things up.
That's why
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome back to Sandite TV. Chris, I'll give you a chance to even things up with the bet. Who do you think will score here first and goal?
Okay, so I'm going to go back to my man Blevins. I like him where he's at. He's lined up inside the hash here, and I think you let him run a fade and just throw it up to him. Nope.
Hands off to Page. Page getting close. About to the 2-yard line. Got pick up a 4 there now. Second and goal.
Is it evident that I'm a Jacob Blevins guy? I need to give Page a little bit more love because he has earned his stripes on this drive for sure. Kid's been grinding. So
absolutely playing his heart out, showing a lot of toughness here. So second and goal, ball on the 2-yard line. Page in the backfield once again. They're going to hand it off to him. He cuts back
and he earned
gets a touchdown.
He earned it. So good job.
Sandites respond off of a 2-yard rushing touchdown there from Kenneth Page, make it his second one of the day.
Well, on my little chart here, I've run out of plays. I think it was 15 or 16 play drive. I should have had it played out to about 20, but Page, man, does a great job leading them down the field.
So Kenneth Page could be the face of this offense this year if things keep working out the way. We're talking about that earlier. Just about you don't feel like offensively, besides Rutledge and Blevins, of course. Kick is up.
It is good. So that's the second touchdown for Kenneth tonight. Done a great job on the ground. I really do love the way that they've balanced it out there. They throw the ball well. You can't just sit back and think that, hey, we're gonna take one element of their game away. And I've seen some looks. I love what Coach Klink is doing here offensively. He's bringing some guys in here that they've developed a way to run the power, and it's just been fun to watch.
You know, I'm newer to the wonderful and beautiful city of Sand Springs.
Right.
You know, growing up in Stillwater originally.
Not too far away, though.
Not too far away. A stone's throw.
Yes,
as
40 minutes
some would
maybe
say.
at the most.
But there's one beautiful thing when looking at the Sand Springs history is we've talked about the Pennington brothers. And then Blake Jones. I mean, this was a guy that was very noticeable. Tulsa World talked about him quite a bit. And he had a massive impact on this team, helping them get through the playoffs all the way to the state semifinals. So you kind of feel like when you have a running back as good as Blake Jones, and it leaves a hole, and we were talking about this before, Kenneth Page.
Absolutely.
Could he fill that role? And it looks like there's no problem with the transition.
Well, done a great job. You and I were talking before the broadcast. I've watched a lot of these players since they were freshmen, and I've watched Kenneth grow and mature and get better every year, and it's just been fun to see his progress as a young ninth grader, and just to see now, hey, we're leaning on you, and just like you said, Blake Jones is a kid that, man, established so much here, for a couple years, and to have a guy that just stepped right back up with Page, it's been good.
I mean, This offense is a different look. I would say less prettier than with the Pennington years and with the Jones years, but they're still getting it done.
Yeah, I like the balance.
They've been down twice in this game, and they responded both times here as Daniels kicks things off. That ball's going to get near the 10-yard line, right there on the 8, caught by the Sapulpa receiver. Breaking tackles, getting near, and Daniels kind of got trucked but held on.
Yep.
And you got to love to see your kicker making a play there.
Yep. At that point, hey, all you want to do is bring him down. He took that one for the team, definitely. But pretty good return. What they're at their 36. So Sapulpa takes over here.
They got 2:39 left to go here in the second quarter. One timeout. I mean, but Sapulpa scored quickly, so 2:39 left to go. You would think this wouldn't be a problem for them to score.
They're going to spread it out here. Let's see what we do defensively.
Howard has been a big problem tonight. He hands it off to Smith, though. Smith
Great
breaking out
job.
to the outside, and he's going to get tackled.
Drake Fane. Great job. I'm telling you, the kid's a gamer. He's just a kid that shows up when he's supposed to show up, sticks his nose where he's supposed to stick his nose, and just does a great job. He's assignment sound. Love it.
Looked very well with that tackle. You can see that athleticism and the aggressiveness from his wrestling days, too, coming into play.
Phenomenal.
So second 11 here, ball on the 35, clock ticking now, 2:07 in the second quarter. Howard back near the 30. He gets ready and set. For Sand Springs, lineman down, trying to break through Howard.
Oh,
almost picked off from Fain.
Drake Fain, man, I'm telling you, showing up where he's supposed to show up every play.
So now
Man.
Sapulpa's getting in a conundrum with that incompletion. Almost a Fain interception. Clock stops, 1:48 left to go, 3rd and 11.
Yep.
Do you run it, try to make Sand Springs burn a timeout, or do you risk it by having an incompletion and then you're with 1:40?
I think you sit tight here, just see what Sapulpa's going to do.
Dangerous situation.
It's all right.
Might be seeing a blitz here. Some Sapulpa defenders creeping up to the line. They back up. Howard scrambling to his right.
Oh, my
He's going to be
goodness.
brought down in a sack. Oh, are they calling
Great job. No, they didn't. They're wanting that horse collar.
They
but
were
didn't
wanting
get
it.
So
great sack there.
Cash Lucas.
What a last name he has.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's living up to it.
Hey, he did a great job right there. Big time. Sapulpa coaches wanting the horse collar. And I'm kind of 50-50 on that call. I've always said, man, whatever you got on your body, I'm taking you down with it. I mean, if you got hair coming out of your helmet, I'm grabbing it.
So with that sack is now 4th and 16. Sand Springs calling their first time out of the game. They have 2 left in their pocket. Ball on the 30 and 1:24 left to go. So plenty of time. A lot of pressure here on Matheson, though, to drive his team down. But he's had a decent showing from what we've seen today.
Yeah, he's done well. I mean, he's done about everything. Outside of that fumble early, he's done about everything that you want him to do. I mean, you know, I guess I haven't seen. I mean, you're not going to be able to tell until you watch the film whose fault is that fumble. I know as a lineman, it was always the center's fault. I mean, I played center for a couple years, and I don't care what happened, you know, in the exchange, they always blame that lineman. So, but it'll be interesting to see. But, you know, outside of that, like you said, America's played a great game, done very, very well managing the game, put the ball right where it's supposed to be.
This would be big if Sand Springs can score here, as Sapulpa will get the ball back at the start of the second half. So we're going to see our first punt return.
First punt
Sand
return.
Springs player.
I would play it safe here. Don't do anything crazy.
That is number 12, Jabe Schlehuber. He's going to be back to return.
He's had a great game tonight in a couple different roles. Ooh,
Snap is low, almost blocked. Kind of a quick punt off. Schlehuber is going to stay away from it. So that's going to get a Sand Springs bounce, and the ball will stop at the 43-yard line. And there is a Sapulpa player down, grabbing his knee.
Might be a cramp. I'm hoping for a cramp.
Absolutely.
So
that's number 22, Justin Cowens.
So we have a chance. 1:17 left. Sand Springs will get the ball back.
It's on the 44-yard line. You still have 2 timeouts. Matheson can show he can get throws that are at least 10 to 15 yards. Not a problem putting the ball where it needs to be.
It's been great to see, you know, the throw and catches and the ability to find multiple receivers. So Sand Springs has showed that they're pretty tough to cover.
Tell you one thing I'm surprised that we haven't seen today is Matheson scrambling.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't really had a need to. His line's been doing a good job.
Not really.
I mean, he has wheels. He has the ability, 16 rushing touchdowns in his career.
Yep.
I'm curious if that's something we'll see coming into the second half, but you're probably not going to fix what ain't broke, as you know what Mama says.
Right.
So if the run game with Kenneth Page and the throwing short passes to Rutledge or Blevins, if it works, it works.
He hopped right up there. I think it was just a cramp. He's not. No, he's waving for the crowd. He wants the crowd's input here. Maybe that was planned.
Well, you got to appreciate that they are penalizing now in the NCAA these fake injuries that we've been seeing. So, but that is outside of the realm of 6A2 football. So we'll try to stay away. 1st and 10 here, ball on the 44-yard line once again. 1:17 left to go, 2 timeouts.
I say you take a shot here. just for the fun of it.
Matheson looking, drops back, takes a step near the 35-yard line, throws, almost intercepted, ball bouncing through a couple linebackers' hands. That stressed me out.
Well, the ball got tipped right in the linebacker area, and then, that makes for a tough catch to make. So threw it into a little bit of a crowd. So anyway.
Matheson back. He's going to shake that one off. But now 2nd and 10 and 1:10 left to go. Matheson looking. Tries to find a receiver, and that one's going to be dropped by Brody Rutledge. That was a low throw. He was doing everything in his power to catch that one. Now 3rd and 10 with 1:05. Got to get a little bit antsy here, Chris.
Yeah. So they've had 2 incompletions. Obviously, they're going to go for it here. Might give the ball back.
And there is time if you have another incompletion. There's still time as Matheson drops back.
There you go.
Throws that one. Going to be caught by Rutledge. Inbounds.
1st down.
He was tackled.
He's pretty fired up here, too. That was a great catch.
Ball on the 45-yard line as the clock is moving. 55 seconds left to go. Nice job, Rutledge, helping out Matheson today.
He's got a guy.
And there's some wheels we're seeing. It breaks one tackle, breaks 2.
Love it.
And Matheson scrambling, rumbling, and lowering his shoulder to get down to the 31-yard line.
I'll take it.
45
like
seconds
we talked
left.
about with the Sapulpa, so it's so hard to defend. Guy tucks it and leaves.
He'll take it back once again. The ball is snapped. Plenty of time. Great job from the offensive line. And an incomplete pass that'll stop the clock. And that one was to Rutledge with 32 seconds left to go. So Matheson, kind of a shaky start on this drive, but picking things up. You still have 2 timeouts. And if you can get the ball down to the 20-yard line, that's a very confident kick there.
32 seconds left on the clock. Somebody's calling timeout here.
It's going to be a Sapulpa timeout. Yep. So Sapulpa timeout, that is their last one. So they're having no fantasies about getting the ball back and trying to score.
No.
32 seconds left to go. I mean, do you risk anything with Page outside of a throw?
Man, I mean, maybe one play. Maybe. I mean, you're asking me if we're gonna, if you'd run it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you have 2 timeouts, 30 seconds.
I think
ball on the 31.
I think maybe give him a shot.
I mean, I grew up in the era of NCAA video game football, so you get when you're playing your friends in a tight situation like this, a halfback dive right up the middle, something they would never expect.
Yeah.
But it makes it fun.
I like your strategy. That's like your strategy. So.
But I'm guessing it'll be a little more conservative play call here, more of a pass, I would presume. But we'll have to see. So 2nd and 10, ball in the 31, 32 seconds left to go. Game is tied. Daniels and Wolf both have shown range in warm-ups that if you can get down to the 20-yard line, that kick is very doable for him. Kind of a low snap, picked up by Matheson. Throws deep. And that one, is picked off.
There's an interception. Just stop the ball here. Run him out of bounds. Got 21 seconds left.
And that one was to Blevins. Some good coverage there from the corner.
Left it underneath a little bit. I'd like to see that ball out there a little further and just see what happens. Kind of your mentality there is put it where either your guy's catching it or nobody's catching it.
Schlehuber he was trying to get some defensive pass interference, but that's not going to work. Ball on the 18-yard line.
So here, let's see what Sapulpa decides to do with 21 seconds left.
I mean, you'd think they'd run it, right? I mean, you're going to get the ball back at half. The game is tied. I would be shocked if they risk it here. So Howard once again in the backfield. Smith next to him, snaps it, hands it off.
Nice
run
play.
Up the middle. That's going to be Matt Sand Springs, not caught off guard. Pyle is moving. That Sapulpa line is pushing their running back.
We'll run all the clock off.
Helmet flies off, and that's going to end things here in the second half as the clock winds down.
7 seconds. But they're going to keep it running. they're probably not going to get another snap off.
So we got 1 second, and just like that, we're at halftime. A surprisingly gritty game, wouldn't you say? I mean, I say surprising. It's a rivalry game, but I thought Sand Springs would have a bigger lead than this, or a lead.
Well, I think that's the second turnover of the game for Sand Springs, and that's what the scoring difference is because of that. But I like the ability to drive the length of the field. Outside you fumble it on your own 30, and then they throw one wheel route pass that they score, and then really. In my opinion, you're playing a little bit better. Sand Springs is playing a little bit better football right now.
Absolutely, with the fundamentals.
And sustaining drives. I mean,
what do you got here? What do you got in your notes there?
I'm just guessing. I mean, I show 14, 15 first downs to a handful, maybe 6, if that, by Sapulpa. So, I mean, if I'm looking at that and the ability to drive the length of the field, keep the clock running, possess the ball, advantage Sand Springs.
In the battle of 6A versus 5A, that difference does not look that big here, but back-to-back times we've seen again here in the Highway 97 rivalry that it doesn't matter what division, doesn't matter who is playing on your team that year. This game will be gritty and close as we have a 14-14 halftime. We'll be back here shortly. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to dissect the first half. I'm Asa Lucas alongside Chris Kaiser here on Sandite TV.
But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man. Women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60. 2 over 50. 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
I finally found a place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
What are all these cameras for? This one's for Sandites TV. I don't know what these two are for. I think Chieftains TV? Yeah, Chieftains, and not sure about that one.
No, yeah, that's there. That's why I just you're all aware. All these cameras are for Sand Springs, right? Where?
This one's for Chieftains. This one's for Sand Springs.
Okay.
I'm the Sand Springs crew. I think he's Chieftains. Yeah.
You know what those two are for? Those two cameras?
Not sure. How much zoom do you have on that thing?
I have a decent amount.
Yeah.
Please join us in welcoming to the field the Sapulpa Chieftain Marching Band, led by drum majors Riley Groves and Sarah Pagan. The Sapulpa Band is directed by Whitney Yoakum, Jason Bursko, Kevin Lazarko, and Mary Lawless. Our band secretary is Shannon Groves. The color guard is directed by Megan Howerton. Other assistants include Riley Graham, Maddie Miller, Andrew Thorne, Ethan Crowley, Sarah Woosley, Trey Bartlett, and Aiden Eames. The Sapulpa Band Boosters would like to thank our 2022-2023 band season sponsors. Our gold level sponsors are Synonyms International, Reed Architecture, and the Pool Store. Our silver level sponsors are Route 66 Electric and Kim's Custom Embroidery. Our halftime sponsors are Spirit Bank and American Heritage Bank. We would also like to thank the Bartlett Foundation for their many years of continued support for the Sapulpa Chieftain Marching Band. The Sapulpa Band is proud to present a special preview of our 2022 marching show, The Road West.
doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. I love you. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man. Women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60. 2 over 50. 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now. So 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
You're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome back to Sandite TV, the 100th anniversary of the Highway 97 rivalry. Chris, this is living up to that.
Absolutely. The American Heritage Bank Highway 97 rivalry. Yeah, it's been a great game. All knotted up here at 14-14. I think both coaches would probably feel, hey, that's great. You know, hey, we're going to start here, clean slate, 0-0. Let's see who, who comes out on top in this slugfest. But great game so far. Sand Springs has had a couple costly turnovers. That, in my opinion, is the difference in the game at this point. They're getting ready to go score. They're going to put points on the board here right before the half, and interception right on the goal line hurts them. So, anyway, great game.
When watching this one, the score is 14-14, and if you've been watching at home, it feels like, at least from the Sand Springs perspective, that it should be higher. But this game has been Sand Springs with penalties, with turnovers, and then Sapulpa, give them credit, have been able to capitalize and caught Sand Springs anytime they've been sleeping. It just kind of it's been a funky game to watch and to call.
Certainly, the name of the game in football, take advantage of what your opponent gives you, and Sand Springs has had some mistakes that's cost them a little bit. Sapulpa's capitalized, like you said, on it. I love what I'm seeing with the Sand Springs offense in regards to just the balance and then the different looks and the way that we're going to attack the middle of the field. Then we're going to come out and throw the ball. The 2 sustained drives stand out to me. Both of them were 15 play drives, one for 75 yards and one for 90. I'll take that every day. I mean, that's just an offensive coordinator's just dream is, hey, let's just control the ball and then gain first downs and do what we want to do, both with the run game and the passing game. I'll take that every night.
So have you ever been, at least with your time at Tulsa, have you been in a game like this where it's been kind of a dogfight and a back-and-forth kind of brawl?
A lot of times, and you know, of course, let's keep it close. You want to keep it close all the way to the end, and then find a way to find what you're doing well and find a way to capitalize and win the game at the end. But, a lot of times. I mean, it's just we'll probably use this term a bunch, game of inches, and there's just very few, there's some great coaches over the history of the game that have said, 1 or 2 plays is what changes the game. So and as a player, you never know when that play is. So you play 100%, give your all every play. You never know which play is going to change the course of the game.
We do have a couple quick halftime stats here. So can you guess how many turnovers Sand Springs has?
I would say 2.
Right on the money.
So
and then with penalties, they've had 3 penalties, 40 yards versus Sapulpa, 0 turnovers, 1 penalty. That was that offsides that we saw earlier on in the second quarter.
I think that's the course of the difference in the score of this game is that. You take that early fumble away, and if you maintain possession or even punt it back down to them, instead of giving it to them on their own 30 and then a quick score, and then you're coming down the course of the field. I mean, you have a great drive, another great drive going, and turn it over there at the end, and it takes points away from you at that point.
Merrick Matheson has been a surprise to me, stepping up from the 2A level. He hasn't had, Warren Moon type passes, but that's saved for a select few. But he's been doing a great job of placing the ball in places that his receivers can get it outside of that turnover, that interception, right towards the end of the second quarter. What are your thoughts on Matheson so far today?
I agree with you. I think he's been very efficient. He's done what he's been asked to do. Done a great job of, like I said, utilizing all 3 or 4, some key receivers. So you can't key off of one guy. And so all that to say, he's done a very good job managing the game. And so you just want to see that keep, continue.
I'd say offensively, the player of the game so far, without question, Kenneth Page. Stepped in. He's had 2 touchdowns, both times near the goal line. He's shown that he's a very good power runner. I didn't know that much about Page or his strength-wise, but, the weight he's been putting on in the offseason.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. I noticed that he's finding the running lanes or the gap that he needs to step in and go. And that's been good to see. And I'm glad that they reward him at the end with the touchdown. Hey, let's just keep feeding the beast here and let him do it. So he's the guy that's had both touchdowns for Sand Springs and done a wonderful job. So far, so good.
So outside of turning down and stopping all these turnovers and outside of penalties, What else does Sand Springs need to do to win the game?
You know, the other thing that I noticed in the first half is you got to contain the quarterback. You know, if you look at how the defense played against Sapulpa, you held them, you got them to third and longs, and man, you get one stop and get them off the field, that changes, and they can't, but the quarterback gets loose, and you got to contain the quarterback, and hopefully they found a solution for that.
Colton Howard, 2 touchdowns, 1 through the air, 1 from his legs. He's doing a great job staying elusive today. Been a big headache for this Sand Springs defense. But now the sun is down, the stars are up here. We have a minute left of the halftime. What's your final score prediction?
Man, I think it's going to end up, 28-14, Sand Springs. I think they got 2 more drives in them, 2 more touchdowns in them. I'd like to we talked about this earlier during halftime. I'd like for them to extend a lead, get a lead, extend a lead, get 2 or 3 possession difference where they've got to have the ball twice, maybe 3 times to come and put points on the board. I always feel most comfortable when I have a 3 possession lead. So I don't feel comfortable with a 2 possession lead, or definitely not with just a 1 score lead. So whatever it is, 3 points, 7 points, whatever. But hopefully Sand Springs can extend, get a lead, extend it, and take control in this second half.
So I'm going to risk it here with my prediction. I'm going 34-28.
All right.
I think we're going to continue to see some offense.
Score
Howard
fest.
just warming up, possibly a barn burner.
Well, we'll see. It's the Highway 97 rivalry, and usually doesn't let us very many people down. So let's see.
Feels like it's a winner take all. Whoever wins tonight takes the lead in the series. Last year's game, 56-23. There was a close one in the first half, and it looks like we're about to see some more exciting football come out as Sand Springs is getting ready to kick things off. That'll be number 20, Logan Wolf. Might be swapping a little bit of kicking duties here, testing out his leg. Ball on the 40. The whistle has blown. Wolf looking around, puts the hand up. Starts jogging towards the ball and kicks things off. Kind of a lower kick. Bounces off the ground and picked up by a Chieftain running near the outside, not being able to be tackled down. He was dragged finally at the 26. So Sapulpa starts things off here with 11:55 in the third.
Nice job covering the kickoff right there. It's always a dangerous, opportunity. I'm not a fan of punt returns or kickoff returns, so anytime, sometimes I'm like, hey, just kick it out of bounds. Let's just, kick it out of bounds and save ourselves here. But anyway, good job here. Good coverage by the Sand Springs kickoff coverage team.
Colton Howard trotting back out, looking to lead Sapulpa back to the end zone, but Sand Springs, a very good defensively minded team, makes great adjustments at the second half. We'll see what Coach Klink has dialed up. And already a linebacker sneaking through, pulled out. It's going to be a sack.
Dominic, what a great play. Finally got the sack that he's been waiting on. Does a great job.
Dominic Ornelas with the sack. That's going to be a 5-yard loss. Ball on the 15.
Just got a paw on him, Asa. Just barely got a hand on him and brought him down.
Correction, it's going to be 2nd and 20. Great job there from the captain. Is that 2 sacks today?
2 sacks.
Almost tied his single-season record of 3 in just 1 game. So 2nd down and 20 here for Sapulpa. Clock ticking. Howard has his hand on his hips there.
It's a 10-yard loss.
Snaps back, hands things off to Smith, who's met by a swarm there of Sandites. They're going to get about 5 yards. So it's now going to be 3rd and 15.
It's a great way to come out of halftime right there. Let's now here we go, and it's 3rd and long. This is kind of what hurt us in the first half.
Howard does a great job here of extending the play and scrambling to get the first down. You got to be careful. Maybe want to have Fain spying on him.
Well, we'll see. They're bringing in a little bit different personnel look here. What are they going to do with number 2, Sapulpa? He's not quite sure where he's supposed to be. He might be offsides.
So that one, Howard
Good.
scrambling, heaves it up.
That's an
That's going to be an interception.
Here
and
we go.
caught by Jake Shehuber.
This is game changer. Let's hope.
Schlehuber doing a great job there, getting the interception. A much-needed turnover. First one of the day for Sapulpa. Almost a weight has been off of their shoulders with that turnover.
Now you just need to capitalize on the momentum. That was just a wish and a prayer by the Sapulpa quarterback.
Howard trying to do a little maybe an ode to Dan Flutie there. That's not going to work.
Well, you got to give the front guys a lot of credit. Now we got a flag on the
down.
play. Dadgum, I'm horrible tonight in recognizing the flag. I'm getting excited about what Sand Springs is doing. I know they're going to.
Oh, they almost is that almost an intentional grounding? It looks like with the motion of the arm. Love to have some microphones up on that, and it appears so.
So Sand Springs takes over on their own 20.
What a great way to start. Matheson still out. No Webb so far. Page in the backfield. Two receivers to the right. Snap, steps back. Matheson throws. Oh, and that one's going to be dropped.
A little low. He's
right to Rutledge. Yep. Almost on the hands, but you're right. That was a bit low. So now 2nd and 10. Ball on the 20.
Brody is pointing to him right there. He said, man, I'm open. You just got to get it to me. I see what Brody was saying. Great route, great cut. It's like, man, you just leave that up a little bit further, and I'm scoring right there.
Waylon Jeffers coming in now. Halfback, the 5'11", 200-pound freshman.
Pounded.
Snaps. Quick throw. Almost intercepted. Nice read there from the Sapulpa defender. Trying to do a short throw. Luckily, he's on defense and on offense, showing why his hands.
Sand Springs just dodged a bullet right there. That's going to be a pick 6 easy. Read it like a book. Man.
And it looks like we have an injury on the field, a Sapulpa defender down on the ground. So while he's being looked at, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfire.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
And welcome back to Sandite TV. 3rd and 10 here. Matheson almost with a crucial mistake. He's going to take the snap back, and there's a bunch of Sapulpa defenders in his face, and almost intercepted. I mean, incompletion, 4th and 10, and the field goal unit should come out.
Bad choice right there again. Throw it up for grabs and leave it underneath.
Never mind, they're going to keep the field goal unit off. And Matheson's going to stay in. It seemed like this drive was going to be a strong response. I think it's just not going their way.
3 incompletions in a row right there.
How much longer do you think you'd wait before you'd start putting Webb in at this point?
I think you stay with Matheson right here. Get back in his framework. You can figure out what he can do well.
Matheson sends Page in motion. The 25 escapes,
There
a
you go.
wide open.
Left it short.
Page didn't have a defender in a 5 to 10 yard radius. If he would have caught that one, that would have been a guaranteed touchdown. Instead of turnover on downs, it's now Sapulpa ball back on the 20, and it seems like that turnover never happened.
And that is tough right there, because that's going to That's going to help out big time.
Matheson 4 straight incompletions. And Sapulpa back out. I'm almost getting some Red River
turnover
kind of
on
rivalry
downs.
vibes to this, Kaiser. What do you think?
I'm not so sure about that, but man, tough way to hand back the momentum to your opponent. Drake Fain, he's looking for some help here.
Gaddis was in motion. Howard once again back in the shotgun formation, throws it as a receiver. Caught. That'll be about a 5-yard pass. So now 2nd and 5. Howard trying to get the Sapulpa offense in motion. You got to feel that the defense is a little bit frustrated. They were doing their part, and the offense couldn't respond. I know you're more of you played offense, but it's got to be tough. This is a back-and-forth dogfight. Neither team giving things up, but mistakes are happening on both sides. I wonder if this is going to be more of a war of attrition with turnovers rather than who can just execute properly.
Sand Springs waiting for the call to get in. Here comes a blitz off the corner edge.
Hands up right up the middle. Get a few yards on that play. So that's going to be a 3rd and 3.
Marco Smith with a carry, stop by number 35. Charles Gaylord. Gain of 3 on the play.
Need to stop here, force a punt.
Clock winding down here. 8:43 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Score still tied, 14-14. I'd be surprised here if we saw a designed run for Howard, given how well he's been playing today with his legs. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Howard takes the snap, hands it off, run up the middle. He's not going to get it. He's a yard shy.
It's a great job by the front 4. Guys did a great job. I think that tackle was by Dominic.
Would you risk it right here in your own territory?
I'm punting.
Looking to see get a kicker out there, the punter for Sapulpa.
4th and 1. Don't jump off sides.
That would be costly.
So watch the ball. They're going to go for it. Sapulpa's going for it here.
Risky strategy.
Oh, they
saw some
moved.
motion. They're not going to call it, though. The
They
handoff,
moved.
that's going to be a 1st down. You can see
on.
Coach Klink frustrated, his arms extended at the referee, trying to get the call. That's going to be a Sapulpa 1st down.
They moved in the backfield.
I don't want to say refereeing is one-sided today, but
man, that's awful.
Do wonder how you missed that one. So fresh set of downs, ball on the 34, and 1st and 10 for Sapulpa. Smith in the backfield next to Howard. Snap, steps back, throws, has a wide open receiver. That was number 3, Terry Gaddis.
Drake Fain with a great stop, great tackle.
Gain about 1 on that. Nope, they're going to give him 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7. We'll throw to Gaddis. And, looks like a Sandite is down on the field. We didn't catch who it was. So we'll take another quick break and try to identify the player who is hurt, and we'll be right back. 6:35 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. I love you. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good?
And welcome back to Sandite TV. That was number 12, Jay Schlehuber, sorry.
Schlehuber.
He was down
with
at
the
Pear
speed sweep.
Cramps.
Great job by Sand Springs defense bottling that up.
Looking to rally
They're
around.
gonna lose some yardage here.
So what was 2nd and 10 should be about 3rd and, or 2nd and 6, sorry, should be about 3rd and 10. 3rd and 9, ball on the 35-yard line. 6:04 left on the clock.
3rd and 9. So what that looks like.
It just seems like this Sapulpa offense is just kind of awkward. They'll have a few moments, few plays that'll look really well.
Especially the second half. They just haven't been in a decent rhythm. You can see these guys looking over the sidelines like, where do you want me? Where do you want me?
Howard once again in the backfield. A blitz coming.
Got rid of it.
And that one's overthrown, and that'll be 4th and 9 now with an incompletion.
4th and 9. Great job. Great call.
So clock will stop at 5:35, and the punt unit's going to come out.
So that's Cody Kramer coming off the edge. Great pressure. That's a great job by the Sand Springs defense.
Much needed break after what's been quite the 3rd quarter of mistakes.
So 5:35 left in the 3rd quarter.
Punt unit is out. Return man. Trying to get a good look.
I think it's Blevins.
Your boy Blevins. They punt it. That's going to go right in front of Blevins. He'll catch it. He'll field it.
Go
Ball
make
at the
a
30.
play.
He's running to the outside now, to the 35, to the 40. There's a couple Sapulpa defenders. They push him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. About a 15-yard return.
Love it.
Good job there, Blevins. So we'll see what Coach Blink is dialing up, or Klink, sorry. He's dialing up here after Merrick going 4 straight incompletions.
First down, 10.
This is going to be Sand Springs ball on their own 46. What are they discussing out there?
Uh-oh. So referees meeting together nearing the 46-yard line.
With 117 years of
no flags out. We're not seeing any yellow flags. Good sign.
To meet all your financial needs. Now and in the years to come. American Heritage Bank believes in
so I guess there's no penalties we need to worry about. Placement, yep, correct ball on the 46. Matheson still out. No touchdowns today. Has thrown an interception. Page still in the backfield. Fain also out.
Other restrictions may apply.
They're in that halfback spot.
Yep.
I'd love to see a handoff to him at some point. That's probably more of a goal line kind of package.
I bet he would too.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout.
Sapulpa calling a timeout.
They did not like seeing Fain out in the backfield.
Drake's been in a couple times. That's the package I really, really like. So I love seeing him out there.
Does a great job with the ground and pound. Shown for a defensive player, he can block really well.
Yeah.
So here you go, 46-yard line, plenty of time, game tied. You thinking about handing off to Page? Maybe try to help him run
Page
outside.
Can get on track here. Let him start doing his thing. So I mean, we come out and throw 4 incompletions. Let's just see what we can do on the ground here.
I wonder if we'll see anything with Webb coming in, possibly in a wildcat. You got to. I'm curious to see that. Make sure he's staying warm and staying aware of the game. So everyone's back out. That quick commercial is over. 46-yard line. What does Sand Springs have ready to go? Page to the right of Matheson. Hands off. He's going to be running to the left. He's going to get some room.
There's
Reads
Page.
his blockers. Receivers blocking for him. Cuts again to the 25, to the 20, to the 10. Pushed and tackled outside near the goal line.
Yes.
And that's going to be a big run
No
from
flags
Kenneth
on the
Page.
play.
Oh, and you can see the way he's walking. He's wearing that chip on his shoulder. He wants the
That's
rock.
what we needed, man. Let's get this thing rolling.
Ball on the 3-yard line. And I think everyone knows here Kenneth Page is going to get another handoff. Clock ticking down, 5:10 left to go. They hand it off to Page, runs up the middle, but he's met by a Sapulpa defender at the 5. Low tackle near the knee. So 2nd and goal with about a 2-yard loss. I don't blame the call there. I think that's the right call.
It is.
So 2nd and goal. Matheson's done well with these play-action boots. I think you should give him a chance. Going to get some space, roll out. I mean, he's got the mobility. He could possibly even scramble in if they need him to.
So you got Dom here on the left and Drake on the right. They're going to see if they can extend
Page
it.
trying to run
He
outside the
puts his
tackle. He
feet
breaks
in the
multiple
ground.
tackles.
That's a touchdown. That's a Sand Springs touchdown.
And they're going to take back the lead now, 20-14.
That's big time right there.
Kenneth Page showing he is worth.
Is forcing your will on the other team. We're just going to manhandle you right there up front.
I feel the same way if you give me a box of Dunkin' Donuts, man, I'll tell you. I know how to manhandle a box
nice
of
call.
those. So we got Jonathan Daniels kicking the extra point here. Lines up, kicks it, no problems. Right through the uprights. Sand Springs now up 21-14 with 4:21 left to go. And Kenneth Page is doing it all on his own today. That was a great run.
Man, great job. Great blocking up front, all 5 of the starters, and then you've got Dom Ornelas and Drake in there just powering. Man, love it.
Page, you saw a couple times, if I counted correctly, at least 3 times he slowed down behind his blocker in front of him to read.
Let it happen. Wait for those guys. Be patient. Trust those guys up front. And then he just put a foot in the ground and just said, I'm going right here.
So this is an interesting situation. Sapulpa now down for the first time today.
Yep.
I'm curious if they have the heart to answer back like
Let's
Sand
see
Springs.
what happens. Big time series coming up right here. What do we have? 4:21 here in the 3rd quarter.
And Sand Springs is finally taking control of this ball game.
First lead of the game, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so
this American Heritage Bank Highway 97 rivalry, living up to fans' expectations.
Exactly.
So Jonathan Daniels back to kick. We're doing most of the kicking duties today. His hand is up. Starts jogging towards the ball. Kicks it. That one a little bit more air underneath as that's going to land right at the 15-yard line. Fumbled once again by a Sapulpa returner. Sand Springs trying to strip it. He breaks through.
Here's your kicker.
Daniels tackling, drags
Knocks him out of bounds.
I love seeing my kickers. They get a little bit aggressive, not being afraid to tackle. Great return from Sapulpa. They get into Sand Springs territory.
4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter here. Sapulpa will take over
on the 47-yard line. So what was going to be almost a costly mistake, Sapulpa's return team really struggling with these initial fielding and catching these kickoffs. I don't know if that's something they just –
sometimes that timing, that missed timing right there just messes your your coverage team up.
Howard's back. Snaps
He's
it.
Scrambling.
He's going to scramble, get past the 45, the 40-yard line, step out of bounds near the 35. But almost that is going to be ruled a first down. So we got 10 yards on that scramble. Chains are going to move. 1st and 10 once again for Sapulpa. Howard getting it done with his legs. A lot of rushing here today.
Again, that's what has hurt Sand Springs in the first half was the scramble. Now Howard is pulling up here a little bit. Hate to see a kid get injured here. I don't know if he twisted something or he's still in the game.
In the shotgun formation, snap, takes it back, hands it off to Smith, who's churning, trying to push near the 30-yard line. He's going to get to the 32 for about a 5-yard gain. So now 2nd and 5. And if Howard's shown signs of being sluggish, we won't expect a lot of scrambling from him then. 2nd and 5, about 3.5 left to go. Sandites up 21-14 over the Chieftains. As they come back out. Smith still in the backfield next to his quarterback. Howard takes it. He's going to hand it off right up the middle. Sand Springs kind of expecting it, but that one getting close to the 28-yard line.
3rd down, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. Sand Springs doing a good job containing here. Big down.
Ball on the 28. You know if they're not going to get this here, they're still going to go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Sapulpa not showing a lot of
4 down
confidence in their
territory.
kicker. 3rd and 1. The snap, the handoff to Smith. He's going to get to the outside corner, cuts back. He's going to be tackled by Ornelas. Gets him down near the 10-yard line. And a first down for Sapulpa. Going to be on the 13-yard line. 1st and 10. And it looks like we have a Sandite down, possibly cramps once again.
Pulling on his toes.
Wonder if that's Don.
It is. He did a great job pursuing. I mean, he's the one that made that play, made the stop.
What's interesting about his tackling form, we were talking about the bear claw earlier, that's how he brought down Smith. Just extended his arms out, grabbed him to drag him.
Yep. So he'll have to come out for a play, regardless.
So back up for Ornelas for what we have as number 90, Riley Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer has had a sack last season. A little bit of experience. Clock stopped at 2:21.
So it'll be a Sapulpa first down on their own 13. And what a game. Back and forth.
A lot of people come into this season, and even when I was initially interviewing for this broadcasting job, I heard a lot about it. I heard about Sapulpa and this rivalry.
I knew it was going to be a great matchup, and I knew it was going to go, toe to toe. And it hasn't disappointed for sure.
Not at all. I will definitely take this over watching any Hallmark movies or the Lifetime Network. I can tell you that much.
That's good.
So we're going to take a quick break as Ornelas is continuing to get stretched out. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
And welcome back to Sandite TV. Ornelas was able to walk off the field on his own weight. Snap to Howard.
We got a whistle. I don't know what they're going to call here.
Don't think it's a false start.
Sure if everybody was set. Just going to replay this play.
Okay. 2:19 left to go. Ball still on the 13-yard line.
13-yard line, first down, Sapulpa.
Sandites up 21-14. If that play would have gone through, that would have been 4 straight runs from Smith, and they're going to do it again. So they hand it off to him. Smith churning, trying to get near the 10-yard line. Tackled at the 11, so he gained about 2. That's going to be 2nd and 8 now.
2nd and 8. Sapulpa feels like they've got something there. They've been running right there for the last 3 or 4 plays.
Just keep battering down the middle of that defense. Trying to see maybe if Lawrence will get tired or Gaylord.
Keep an eye on Dom, see if he makes it back in the game.
He's still out. He's near the chain gang. He's doing some stretching.
Ah, I see him. There's a pass.
Howard throws it. Where's that one going?
Corner of the end zone.
No one near that. His only receiver there, Kylan Edwards, was on the 5-yard line, and that one hit near the pylon. But he did have some pressure there. Looked like the Sandites dialed up a blitz. So 3rd and 8 here. Ball still on the 11. Clock stop now at 1:23. We are in 4-down territory. And Sapulpa is not going to want to kick a field goal here.
Just contain the quarterback here.
Colton Howard back near the 21-yard line. The hash mark.
Fumble.
Bobbles it. Runs to his left.
Oh, my goodness.
Slips a tackle. He's getting near the edge.
Nice
Brought
play.
down. That's going to be a first down. And
Yeah.
Howard showing an impressive set of wheels as he is willing this team.
I'm not sure. Is that a first down?
Oh, no, they're going to rule it short.
Oh, they gave a first down.
They did. So ball on the 3-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal here for Sapulpa. Clock ticking down now, 59 seconds left to go. Howard has his hands on his hips. He's walking almost with a bit of a limp.
Yeah. That's been Sand Springs' nemesis tonight. His ability to scramble, keep the play alive, and Howard's just doing it with his feet.
Howard back near the 7-yard line. Hands off to Smith. Smith running to the left, slips through some tackles, and Sapulpa answering back. Score now 21-20 here, 35 seconds left to go. And Marcus Smith getting it done. Just slipped through there on the edge. I believe that was Dallas Ellifritz. He slipped by. Now Sapulpa lining up for the PAT. Snap is up, kick on its way, and good.
Ties the game.
Ball game tied up, 21-21. Oh, that nervous energy is starting to come back a little bit.
Sand Springs does a good job there defending. Just gives up a couple, scrambles, couple big plays for first downs. Keeps their drive alive. Sapulpa keeps their drive alive.
But how much more of Howard's body can he take of trying to will those plays?
He is losing oil, man. He's draining oil on the sideline here. But he's pretty tough kid so far. I've been impressed.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Sam Ellinger, just the way that he's not sliding, or maybe more of like an Andrew Luck, just how he's not avoiding hits. He just keeps running and trying to garner as many yards as he can.
Yeah, that's a big play there where he gets the first down there. Man, if we just contain him right there, I'd like to see what choice they're going to make there on a fourth down. Are we going to kick it, or are we going to, try one more play?
For the 100th anniversary of this game, we're tied again. Neither team able to get away from the other one.
Right.
I mean, I think this should be at least a ESPN Ocho. What do you think kind of game?
Possibly, yeah, exactly. We'll let's see how Sand Springs responds right here. I mean, we're getting ready to hit the fourth quarter. Little pooch kick.
Kick is up. He's caught. Oh, I thought they were going to
across the field.
They were going to run a little bit of some sort of fake. That one near the 40-yard line, dragged down near the 47. So Sandites will start there on the 47-yard line.
26 seconds left in the third quarter.
That one was fielded by Kyle Morrow.
Did a good job taking it across the field. Sometimes that'll break wide open and you'll have it. But still, man, we've seen some good returns tonight.
We have. There's a lot to be optimistic about, at least with the special teams here from the Sandites. PATs, 3 for 3 today, some great kick returns.
I love the field position that Sand Springs keeps starting in.
Page in the backfield behind Matheson. Takes a snap, handoff up the middle, makes a cut, breaks a tackle, breaks 2 tackles. He's going to get past the 50-yard line to get into Chieftain territory. They're going to field it at the 48-yard line. So nice 6-yard run. That should end the quarter. Page's helmet came off, though, so he's going to have to leave. And in comes Ali McCoy. So third quarter is over here, folks. This has been an exciting one coming into some Friday Night Lights football. Sand Springs tied up with Sapulpa.
21-21.
Let's see. We're going to take another break. When we come back, it'll be start of the fourth quarter. Can Sand Springs follow the Chris Kaiser rule for success and get that 3-possession lead?
Let's try.
We'll be right back.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up 1 finger if you're a man, women 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
And welcome back to Sandite TV here. Start of the fourth quarter. Chris Kaiser, a 21-21 ball game.
Wouldn't have thought it any other way. I mean, it's I knew it was going to be knockdown, drag out. I really did. I've looked at the thing, the matchups on paper, and I thought both teams matched up almost perfectly. So here we are, start of the fourth quarter, tie ball game. Who's going to be the last man standing, Asa?
My heart tells me Sand Springs. So let's go with that. I consider myself a hopeless romantic.
I like it.
Hand off to Page there. He's going to get a first down. Depending on where they spot him, they'll wave it.
Made some guys miss right there, just inside of just a big, crowd to get the first down. I like it. They're lining up pretty quick here.
Ball on the 44, having a fast-paced tempo. And Page is going to get it once again, but some Sapulpa defenders able to break through the line, get a tackle. There's not going to be a loss, but not a gain either. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 44. I do like the formula of hand it off to Page. It's not a bad way to go.
Seeing Waylon Jeffers in there now as one of the blocking H-backs.
Hand it off to Page. He's trying to get through the middle, try to find a gap. That's not going to work. That'll be a loss of a yard. So now 3rd and 11, ball on the 45-yard line. Now, this is a good test for Matheson. Game is tied. I mean, there's plenty of time to go left in the 4th quarter, but this is a big down being 3rd and 11. Can they rely on your arm and your composure to get that first down?
3rd and 11 right here, no safety.
Where's Blevins? You got to find Blevins.
They're going to bring some pressure here.
Matheson's going to roll out to the right. He's going to be sacked. No, manages to throw it. That one's to Blevins.
4th and 1, maybe.
4th and 2 based off of where that referee is on the far side.
Nice job getting the ball out, Merrick.
Wow.
Lots of pressure there, guy in his face. 4th and 2. They're lining up.
I feel like we're going to see a handoff to Page. The clap, seeing if they could draw a Chieftain defender offside. It's not going to work. Looking back to the sideline. Big 4th and 2 as the clock continues to tick down. 10:08 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Matheson takes it, rolls to his left, and he's going to throw it up. And that one is caught by Jacob Blevins.
That.
You were talking about the man of the hour, Jacob Blevins, back-to-back crucial catches.
Possession receiver right there. We got a guy down. I think he's cramping. Or they told him to go down.
Jacob Blevins, my friend.
Merrick Matheson scrambling for his life, steps up, got a guy dragging off the backside of him, throws it to the back shoulder, and Blevins comes and gets it and keeps the drive alive here. Big time play.
We haven't seen a lot of scrambling from Matheson, but he's been doing a great job of keeping his body up, his chest up, so as he's going down, he's able to throw that ball.
Sapulpa bringing it. I mean, they're coming.
And I'll give props to Blevins, the captain. He's been doing a great job of getting open in kind of these awkward spots.
Right.
Making the catch, holding on with 2 hands.
Right.
Now, if you're Coach Klink, you got to be proud of your boys for the heart that they're showing out there, both offensively and defensively.
You're going to see a lot more guys probably go down here. Just because of the cramps and the length of this game, but let's see what happens.
I mean, even though we're in an AC booth right now, it was still a warm temperature downstairs.
Yeah. So you got a fresh set of downs. I think we start going back to Page here.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10, ball on the 23-yard line, 9:54 left on the clock. Game still tied, 21-21.
So you got Blaine Phillips up back.
They're going to hand it off.
Here's the power.
Page trying to break through. He'll get a couple.
5 maybe.
I believe that's about 5 yards. Ball on the 19. So gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Clock ticking down now at 9:30. Page behind Matheson. Snaps it, hands it off to him, goes to the left side again. Page making some moves, brought down at the 15-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 4. Be 3rd and 2. So back-to-back handoffs to Page, getting 8 yards. Clock now down to 9 minutes.
3rd and 2. We got the ball on our own 15.
Just keep handing it to him. Keep pounding the rock. It's been working so
double
far.
Tights. Oh, excuse me. Tight into the left.
As they get in the call, Page was behind him, now to the right. As it snaps, claps, hands it to Page. Page trying to make some moves, dodges.
Look at this.
What a
move.
beautiful amount of footwork there. I wonder if he's ever thought about tap dancing.
That is big time right there.
He is showing so much suave and skill here from Kenneth Page. 4 touchdowns tonight.
May have went in untouched right there. I don't know if the hand got on him, but he did all that on his own. I mean, you got to give the credit to the guys up front, but man, the way we weaved in and out of that defense, man.
Field goal unit out now. Jonathan Daniels kicks it, and it's good. Sandites now up 21-28, 8:35 left to go. At this point in the game, I would say if you take the score, take the lead with 8:35, you're gonna win this one. But with this rivalry game,
no.
I wouldn't even be shocked if Sapulpa returned the kickoff here for a touchdown and we're tied once again. That would not confuzzle me at all.
No, exactly. So is that 4 touchdowns for Page?
That is 4. That is his 4th one.
Man,
it's got to be close to
I was going to ask.
Record.
I wish I had that in front of me. And doing a lot of that just with his own skill set. Unbelievable.
Page showing why he's been an absolute workhorse, as we've learned tonight.
Yep, exactly. Done a great job. A lot of it on his own. I mean, I don't say that disrespectfully to you 5 guys up front. But, man, when you can make guys miss out in open space like Page is doing, I like the combination, Lisa. I like it a lot.
I think you and I do work great together, like salt and pepper.
Well, I think the other thing is you're not seeing, like, you don't have Drake and Dom out there as your lead blockers. They've found some other guys to come in, and they're running some of the same sets and same formations. They've just substituting some other guys out. Hopefully, or maybe they're thinking, hey, let's keep our guys fresh for defense. So, all right, big stop right here.
Kenneth Page, if I was singing the song of Blake Jones too much, I apologize. You have filled the role and have exceeded your expectations.
4 touchdowns tonight. Maybe another one coming.
Would not be surprised.
Let's see this Sand Springs defense rise up right here.
Jonathan Daniels back out to kick. The senior doing a great job from Sand Springs.
Gold fever. Gold fever.
I can feel it from up here. I think some was in my water, a little bit of gold. Kick is up, another little pooch kick. Signal for a fair catch. Ball caught at the 30-yard line. Fair catch tonight. Okay, something a little different.
8:35 left in the game.
Both teams with 3 timeouts. Sapulpa down by 7.
28-21. Sandites are leading right now. Crucial drive here. Let's get a stop.
4 big men coming back out. Dallas Ellifritz, Hunter Lawrence, Charles Gaylord, and Dominic Ornelas.
Dom's back in.
Jersey untucked, by the way.
I like the look. Got to be a little sloppy.
He means business out there.
That's right.
Snap Howard hands it off to Smith going around the left side.
Drake Fain. What a stud, dude.
Tackle for a loss in the backfield.
Straight stud.
Near the left hash mark, that should be a loss of about 2 yards.
Reads it perfect. Head outside, arm outside. Makes the play. That's how it's done, man.
They're going to keep it on the 30 instead. So 2nd and 10. Clock almost passing the 8-minute mark. And now there's a little bit of pressure on Sapulpa. A little bit of anticipation. A lot of fans are starting to move up in their seats, not looking as relaxed as they were before.
Got the call. Defense waiting on the call right there.
Howard's back, still in the shotgun. On the 25-yard line, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Smith, has a wide open receiver in the slot, tackled for a first down on the 45-yard line.
Nice call. Read the blitz. Through the slant.
That was the number 17, Trey Morrow, the senior. And Sapulpa's still not done with this game. Ball now on the 45-yard line. Clock at 7:26. They're getting the call from their coach, their offensive coordinator. As they're getting set. Marco Smith to the right of Howard. Howard snaps, takes it back, steps,
So
throws a
fade.
long pass. Oh, too far ahead of his receiver.
So one thing that he hadn't done, the Howard kid hasn't done very well tonight, is throw the ball vertically down the field for completions. And he just throws it up.
So that the clock is stopped at 7:05, 2nd and 10, on the 45-yard line. Howard back. Doesn't seem to be any sort of limping or dragging of his leg. Appears to be fine. But he hasn't been tackled by Drake Fain today. That could all change. So he takes it, hands off to Smith. Smith going to the left side again.
Nice play.
Met by about 3 Sandite defenders. Drake
That's
Fain hopping
your
up.
guy right there, Gatlin Gunn. Stepping up and making a great play from the safety position.
I mean, you have to think that his dad knew what he was doing with that name. He was
Straight
breeding
dude.
his son to be a football player.
Hey, that right there is a run stopper. That's the way you want it done right there. Good job, Gatlin.
Now 3rd and 8 on the ball on the 47-yard line. I bet if they pick up 3 to 4, we're going to see him still go for it. But if you get an incompletion or stopped at the line, Sapulpa's going to have to punt. 6:24 left on the clock. Howard takes the snap, takes a handoff,
Boom!
and he's going to
Big
be
sack.
sacked.
Big time sack right there.
Keegan Gilman.
That a boy.
Eating Howard up for dinner.
Big
And
time.
They're going to have to send out the punt unit on that one.
That might be the stop that we needed in the American Heritage Bank Highway 97 rivalry.
I would normally agree with you on that one, Chris, but this game has gone back and forth so much. I feel like I'm shopping with my older sister. I don't know what to think here.
Well, let's
5:48
see.
left to go.
Great defensive stand right there. That's kind of what we needed. So,
Hunter back.
Blevins.
Oh, he's dangerous. Blevins to return the punt.
Oh my
Picks it up.
goodness, almost blocked. High punt.
Nice punt there.
Out of bounds at the 23.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Every once in a while I get lucky.
So 5:26 left to go here. Game tied up at 21 apiece. And Chris Kaiser.
They're wanting it. Hey, look, they're excited. Let's see here.
This, I would say has
it met your expectations?
I'll give you the same response I did when I was reviewing Wingstop. It has exceeded my expectations.
All right.
Wingstop, if you would like to sponsor Sandite TV, we would be
right.
more than happy to take that sponsorship.
Exactly.
But American Heritage Bank Highway 97 rivalry for a 100th anniversary game. Both teams have won 45 games in this series.
Has not disappointed.
I almost feel like we're watching a movie with just kind of
Great Friday night lights, great Friday night football. Both teams playing hard.
Have you ever watched that show, Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, I have. The legendary it's Midland Odessa, right?
Yeah,
so,
around there.
Yeah, so.
Coach Eric Taylor.
That's right.
I think Bobby Klink took a couple things out of his
He probably
playbook.
did. He probably did.
And it's been working. I mean, Sand Springs, even when they found themselves down twice today, didn't allow them to get discouraged. Yes, they've made mistakes, but each time they've risen back up.
Right here's a chance to run the ball, control the clock.
You could win it right here.
You can win it right here.
I love that terminology you use, gamers.
Yep.
I love that. And this team has shown a lot of heart. They've shown that they're gamers. They're here this season.
Yep.
They haven't gotten a lot of love from a lot of the newspapers or press coverage. Sand Springs kind of ranks in the middle.
Yep.
Well, they haven't been flashy this game, I'll tell you. Kenneth Page is kind of showing the attitude of, we're just going to pound the rock and beat you up.
Right.
We don't have to rely on solely the arm or legs of our quarterback. So Sand Springs back out. Ball on the 23-yard line, 1st and 10, 5:46 left to go. And don't tell me some Sapulpa faithful are already leaving this decision.
Here we go. Kenneth Page up the middle.
Hand it off to him. That's going to be on the 26-yard line, so a gain of 3, now 2nd and 7.
So now you just kind of put it up front on these 5 guys up front. the Sims brothers together on the left side. You got Tank Smith in the middle.
And Kester looking tall and strong.
Don't forget about my guy, Mason Harris.
The 6'1", 260 junior from Sand Springs.
Bad boy.
How can you forget about
Here
him?
we go.
Hand off to Page. He's met in the backfield.
I'll take it. We can call a timeout. No. Oh, they did call a seat.
It's going to be a loss of about.
Got a helmet off. He doesn't want him on here.
Loss of about 2 on that.
So Waylon Jeffers loses his helmet. We're going to have to substitute for him. He's got to go off for one play. We got 4:35. Clock's running.
3rd and 10, ball on the 23-yard line. No timeouts called. Matheson back in the shotgun. He's getting a different signal. Going to his line, announcing the play. Clock ticking down, 4:17. 3 seconds left on the game clock.
Timeout. Nope.
They snap it just. Oh, they're gonna call a delay of game penalty.
They did call it. Penalty.
So now that backs things up to the 18-yard line. Going to be 3rd and 15 for the Sandites. So Matheson, are we saying Rutledge or Blevins? Where do you think the ball's going?
Well, it's been a hard one. I've missed both, every time tonight. So
I know you've set up all of our dinners the rest of the season.
I would like to see. Hey, let's use somebody else.
Oh, a little
There's
screenplay to
screen
Page. I love that call. He's
Look
got
at this.
green field
He
wide
may be
open.
Gone.
Running past the 45, stops
What a
down.
call. What a call.
You know Klink's been saving that one and executed perfectly.
What a great call. Man.
A Chieftain is down. Looks like some more cramps.
That's great.
A 30-yard screen there from Kenneth Page doing everything. Might have to start calling the Swiss Army knife.
Kenneth Page. Put him on your back tonight, son.
So we got an injury timeout. 1st and 10, ball in the 48, 3:59 left to go. When we come back, we'll have some more Sand Springs football.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good?
Being prepared is a part of who you are. But it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
And welcome back to Sandite TV. Kenneth Page, the man, the myth, the legend tonight.
Doing it all, Asa. I mean, what a workhorse tonight. Putting them on their back. He just said, man, let me do this. But what a call. You got to give it up to Coach Klink, his offensive staff, those guys. What a great call. Perfect time, perfectly executed.
On a third and long. 30-yard screen. Well done. Hand off to Page. Met some defenders there in the backfield near the 45-yard line. He's trying to push. Now both teams, they're going to drag Page down on the 46, so it'll be a loss of about 2 there. Makes it 2nd and 12. Clock still running now at the 3:40 mark.
So probably 1 first down away maybe, but you'd like to get 2.
Got plenty of time here. No need to rush. About 20 seconds left there on the game clock. Sending back Page right behind Matheson. 7 seconds. Good game management here from Matheson. Showing a lot of experience. Hands it off to Page.
Look
Page
at this.
broke
Look
through.
at this.
Oh, that's going to be
He's gone.
touchdown number 5.
He's gone.
30, 25, 20,
He's gone.
15, 10. Touchdown.
Kenneth Page. What a stud.
Looks like he took a page out of his own book as the Sandites are now up 34-21 with 2:58 left to go.
Man, what a great night for him. Just do it all. Just do it all.
That's got to tie a game record, surely.
Yeah, we've got to find out.
We will in that next broadcast. We will have that stat for those of you watching back home.
We talked about him in the opener, you know, how he's matured, how I've watched him since he was a freshman, and just how he's just gotten better and better every year. And you could just see something different about him coming into fall camp this year, just the way that he was practicing, the way that he was just doing the little things right. Man, what a night tonight. Highway 97 rivalry.
And that's your breakout game? It's got to make Mama happy.
Absolutely.
So something happened there on the PAT. Wasn't able to catch it. I don't know if there was a false start or interfering. The snapper, they're explaining it, Coach Klink. Possibly. Oh, offsides. Okay. Penalty declined.
Man.
Jonathan Daniels back up to kick the PAT. 4 for 4 today. Just going to want to readjust the tee there. Snap. Kick.
And he still gets it off. That was close to being blocked.
Uh-oh. They're not leaving.
Offside. He says offsides. Promise you. Decline it and take the – can you decline it and take the points here?
You know, I know in college football you can, but with the OSSAA, I'm not 100% familiar. So offsides again.
But that was a heck of a jump. I mean, when that kid come off the edge, I'm like, oh, this is going to be blocked. But there's a reason it looked good, because he was offsides.
So Jonathan Daniels, 6 for 6, counting those field goals made with the penalty. 4 for 4 tonight. See if he can make it 5 for 5.
Boom.
There you go.
Needed it. 35-21. So what was your prediction at half?
I'm going to say 34-28.
Man,
uh-oh.
Dog. I'm impressed.
Thank you. I can't get by with these looks, so I have to have some football knowledge.
Good job.
So 2:58 left to go. 3 timeouts in the realm of American Heritage Bank Highway 97 rivalry. It is plausible for Sapulpa to score quickly, force a 3 and out for Sand Springs to get the ball back. But man, I hope not. I don't know if we can take it, if the Sand Springs faithful can take it. But I'm a little disappointed to see all these Sapulpa fans now leaving.
Well, you're 2 scores, so there's my 2 possessions. So you're 2 scores down. It's pretty tough with 2:58. You get it down to the 2-minute mark, and it's gonna be really hard to score. Three times in that, but to tie the ball game up with 2.
Coach Klink trying to have that 3-0 record against Sapulpa.
Yep.
This would be 8 out of the last 9 meetings if they can get a win here. 8 wins out of the last 9. This has been a one-sided rivalry in the last decade.
I'd pooch it.
And they do. We're not going to see a fair catch called. They're going to return it to the 37-yard line, it appears. Possibly 36, with 2:53 left to go.
Making the tackle for the Sandites, number 38, Hudson Shepard.
So the battered Colton Howard is going to go back out. Don't know how much of his body can take up until this point. But has shown a lot of heart for his team.
Both squads have done a great job tonight. It's been a great game.
Absolutely fun to watch. Howard back on the 31-yard line. Ball placed on the 36. Takes a snap, hands it off to Smith. Smith running around the left side.
Drake
They love
Fain.
to do that.
This kid shows up where he's supposed to show up every play.
He's a gamer.
I mean, just straight up. Why are you running over there? I don't get it. But
So it'll be 2nd down and 9.
we got a yard. I thought it was a no gain.
Clock will stop since he was tackled out of bounds, or pushed out of bounds. So 2:46 left to go. Sapulpa needs to score quickly. Trying to see possibly if the Sand Springs defenders are going to be caught off guard by a run, but Drake Fain, he is a hard player to confuse.
Here's a pass.
Throws it. Oh, right through the fingertips there of Kylan Edwards. So now 3rd and 9. Clock stopped at 2:43. Sort of a quick slash there from Kylan Edwards. 6'2" receiver, definitely.
He just didn't
out.
get his eyes turned around in time to get the rotation of the ball and make the catch, and just went through his fingertips. Possibly interception opportunity, but happened too fast for all of not only the offense but the defenders.
Ornelas sack.
Now's the time.
Coming up. Takes a snap, drops back, throws again to Edwards. Push out of bounds at the 44-yard line. So it'll be a 7-yard gain.
Still 4th down, 4th and 2.
Clock is stopped since he was tackled out of bounds. Clock management there for Sapulpa has been pretty nice here in the 4th quarter, at least on this drive. But this is almost the ball game. Sapulpa still having those 3 timeouts.
You get a stop here and you can run it out. Well, maybe not with both teams have 3 timeouts. Excuse me there.
So 4th and 2, here we go. Trying to see if any Sandites would jump off sides. And Sapulpa choosing to call a timeout. Risky move here. If this doesn't work and Sand Springs gets a 1st down, that's it. That's game.
Yep, absolutely.
So I wonder what they're trying to draw up here.
Well,
whatever it is, Fain will be ready.
Man, he's played a great game defensively.
And this defensive line for the Sandites, I mean, statistically, have done a pretty decent job of holding back Howard. I mean, it's hard with a scrambling quarterback, but they've contained him here in the 2nd half, made a lot of adjustments.
Absolutely. But, these guys have done well up front. We haven't called their name a lot, but Gaylord and Lawrence, and we've talked about Dominic a bunch. In Dallas, he's made a play or two, that they needed to make. It's easy to focus on the linebackers a lot, but those 4 guys up front have done a great job.
So here we come out here, 4th and 2, 2:38 left to go. Sapulpa using the timeout could be a costly decision. And a player's now coming out. I guess somebody did not get the memo on the play call.
Man,
It's
that's
not a
my
good
pet
sign.
peeve. They're going to have to call another timeout. Coming out of a timeout and you don't have your personnel.
Two receivers on the left. They're going to hand off to Smith. Tackled in the backfield. Can you guess who was there? First
Drake
man.
Fain. He would be my MVP for tonight on defense.
I was about to say, be careful how you word that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Kenneth Page would
No.
agree.
I was trying to get there. I'm just watching little antics here on the sidelines. I'm sorry, Asa. There's almost a fight breaks out, but everybody maintain composure right there. It is a rivalry.
Drake Fain doing a great job of shooting the gap and getting back in the field to tackle Smith for a loss. Ball on the 42-yard line.
Dominic did a great job of helping him there. It was kind of a two-man effort, but Drake Fain, God, what a great night tonight. So with 2:31 left, that's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, he's going to have a nice senior campaign if he can keep things up. Page still in the backfield to hand it off to him. He runs up the middle. He's going to get pushed right on the 40-yard line, so a gain of 2. And I don't think Sapulpa is going to call timeout. At least not on that play. So 2nd and 8, 2:14 left to go. So the play clock goes down. I mean, you can continue to just keep trusting in Page.
Yep. Just run the clock here.
Getting the call.
So this play will be called with, or the ball will be snapped with 1:40 left.
Sand Springs 1:40 away from winning and taking the lead. Kenneth Page met right at the 40-yard line. They might give him a yard. No, they won't. They'll keep him at the 40. And Sapulpa still not calling timeouts. So now 3rd and 8. Oh, Sapulpa calls their timeout.
Little chippiness going on up here on the offensive line, and I just saw one of my favorite moves by Riley Kestner.
What was he implementing out there?
Well, he just pushing and shoving, and the guy pushed him back, and then all he did was just point at the scoreboard. Just said, just look at the scoreboard, dude. You know, that's my favorite. That's such an offensive line thing. Just look at the scoreboard. So these cats up front are doing a great job. Kenneth is going to have to tell them, take them all out for a steak dinner at Freddy's or something. Yeah, I guess Freddy's would be in Sapulpa, but go wine and dine them right here in your opponent's.
That's quite the power move.
Yeah.
So, or, at least maybe some Brahms malts.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. That's lots better.
Trying to be friendly for a high school budget, I can
But
understand.
you gotta love your offensive lineman.
Oh, absolutely. It's one thing to say on a goal line to have your quarterback, your running back come up and say, I'm going to run behind you. That's flattering.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would have loved a steak dinner as a lineman.
Exactly. You got to treat them right.
So 1:24 left to go. Ball on the 40. 3rd and 8 here. Sapulpa with only one timeout. Sand Springs up 35-21. Wide receiver in motion. Fake it to Blevins. Page brought down on the 36-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4. Should make it 4th and 4. And Sapulpa calling their last timeout.
1:16 left. Call their last timeout. What do you think we're going to do here? It's for some reason I thought we were a little bit closer to the first down marker. 4th and 5.
Oh, yep, 4th and 5. I mean, the safe man's strategy is a punt. But, occasionally, Chris, I like to risk it for the biscuit. I don't think you can call a screen again, but I bet they're going to punt it. I mean, they have no timeouts. It's 1:16. It really would be an impossible kind of comeback. But, Coach Klink does like to keep fans and players on their toes occasionally.
Occasionally he does. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, so I don't see the punt unit out.
Unless American quick kick it or something.
Similar to Tom Brady. We'll have to see Page behind him. Looking to his offensive coordinator, giving him the signal. Minute 16 left to go.
They're going to take a timeout.
It's a good move. Maybe seeing if they could catch a look there off of Sapulpa.
That's what they were doing. Let's see if we can get it offsides, a cheap offsides, or maybe they give us something that we can audible into. But
I'm looking to see if we're looking to see if Daniels is coming out or maybe Wolf to punt. But it looks like the offense is staying in that huddle.
Yeah. Let me see if I can read their lips from here.
And the offense is coming back out once again. So minute 16, 4th and 4, ball on the 37-yard line. We have done a lot of note-taking on Matheson, but we don't know if he can quick punt or quick kick.
Coach Riggs there tying the shoe of Kenneth Page. That's total servanthood right there.
I like to see that from your coaches.
I would too. I'll be tying his shoe. I'll be tying both shoes.
Hand it off to Page. Page almost breaking through. Gets stopped short, about a yard shy. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Everybody pick yourselves up. No chippiness here.
Sapulpa will get the ball back with a minute 5 left to go. Highway 90, the American Heritage Bank Highway 97 rivalry. I want to say this one is closed and done, but we'll have to see. I mean, it is not looking good for Sapulpa though.
Sapulpa takes over on downs on their own 34. He's at 35. I guess it's
34-yard line. Howard in the backfield. Smith to his left. Snaps the ball. Throws
There's
it to
the wheel
Smith.
route that caught us for.
That's going to be a first down. Smith trying to drag some defenders with him.
But what I like is that we covered the wheel route.
They did.
That's what they scored the first. That's the same call, same play, but we're there.
Those adjustments were made properly with 57 seconds now as the clock is rolling.
The clock is ticking.
Ball on the 48-yard line. 50 seconds now. Howard talking to Smith. Snaps, takes it, drops back.
Throws it up.
He's going to throw that one up. No receivers nearby.
No. They call
a pass interference.
Pass interference.
Oh, just.
And there's an argue. They're arguing with the ref right here. It's a pretty tic-tac call.
You know, it does. It seems like today.
It's uncatchable. I mean, you can rule that. I mean, that's uncatchable. No one's catching that ball.
Agreed.
It's so far out there, and so
even as the Sand Springs broadcasting team, I would say that's uncatchable.
Yeah,
just neutrality.
Come on.
So that's going to move them up here. Let's see where the chains rest.
Gives them hope with 40 seconds left.
Don't do this to me. I hope you don't have a pacemaker, Chris. I really hope you don't. If you have one, I got to warn you about watching this. We should have had a viewer discretion advised. Ball on the 38-yard line.
Need a big play right here.
40 seconds left to go. Howard has time. Throws it right over the middle. Tackle broken. Ankles now broken. Oh, my goodness. Are we going to see a Sapulpa touchdown?
No.
That's going to be dragged near the 5-yard line.
29 seconds. Had to miss two missed tackles right there.
Trey Morrow getting it done.
Trey Morrow, that's a big catch and a big run after catch.
Clock going down now. 26 seconds left.
21 seconds.
In motion now down to 19. Clock still going. I don't know what Sapulpa was thinking there. They wasted probably about 8 to 10 seconds. 12 seconds left to go on the clock. Howard snaps it. Looks for Smith.
Boom.
And he's going to get sacked. That's going to end the ball game, folks.
Big time play right there.
Number 35, Charles Gaylord bringing it with a big sack.
Attaboy Chuck.
For the 100th anniversary.
Attaboy Chuck. Way to finish the game.
Sand Springs is going to leave here with a win, and they're going to drive about 15 minutes back home. Final score, for the Sandites 35, for the Chieftains 21. Coach Bobby Klink 3-0 now in his career against Sapulpa.
What a ball game. Great job, both teams. Great rivalry. Man, exciting game all the way around.
Now this game should go down in Sand Springs history for the excitement and for the fact that 100 years of football have gone by.
100 years of football. Kenneth Page, 5 touchdowns. Unbelievable. Now you know what is the all-time record for this rivalry?
So now it is Sand Springs 46.
Okay.
Sapulpa 45 and 5 ties.
5 ties. How about that?
So Sand Springs faithful, for those of you that have watched, congratulations as we watch Sand Springs now take the lead in this series. They have won 8 out of the last 9 meetings.
What a game.
So we're going to take a quick final break, and when we come back, we'll have a quick post-game show, and then we'll hit the road. Chris Kaiser's probably got a warm meal waiting for him at home, or maybe in a drive-through. I don't know.
Hey, you're making your way back to Stilley, so yeah.
So we'll be right back, folks. Stay with us.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
And welcome back to Sandite TV here for our post-game show. We're going to stay true to our word and keep this one quick. Chris Kaiser, what stuck out to you this game?
Hey, well, I just, we were talking about who's going to be the player of the game. That's a pretty easy choice tonight, right? Kenneth Page. The one play that stood out to me in my notes, and the screenplay on 3rd and long, man, that changes the course of the game at that point. And then, of course, just the way that he's all that he did tonight. I mean, he just powered through, made guys miss, long runs, short runs, stayed in the – I mean, you really didn't see him come out much, right? He stayed in the game, workhorsed it out. I mean, did a great job.
I think a lot of people, myself included, when coming into this game, I wanted to know what was the identity of Sand Springs going to be. You had so many crucial seniors leave.
Yeah.
What was this team going to look like? Were they going to be able to score efficiently? And a lot of my doubts or questions are now gone behind Kenneth Page, 5 touchdowns. And also, Merrick, I wanted to know, what were you going to do in crucial situations? You've gone from 2A to 6A, and, I mean, he's shown that he can get it done. Now, it's not going to be pretty. I doubt this season we're going to see a 6-7 touchdown game from him, but in some big moments he stayed calm and poised under pressure, avoided a couple sacks, got the ball where it needed to be, and I think he's definitely earned and should retain his spot as a starter.
Absolutely, and I think that's the thing that they overcame some obstacles. They did some things tonight that a lot of teams would fold the tents and quit or whatever. And these guys, Sand Springs showed some poise and some grit and overcame some negative things on the field and really pulled away with 35-21 victory.
There's nothing like winning your rival game against a town that is less than a 15-minute drive away.
Correct.
Well, we're going to have our send-off now here on Sandite TV. I'm Asa Lucas alongside
Chris Kaiser. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in.
Thank you very much for joining us, and I will make sure to tell you about where Chris Kaiser is taking me out to dinner for our bet.
I do owe you.
We'll see you next time.